Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Clounger Podcast. Today we're joined with our two regular co-hosts, Free Game the third, and of course Black Uchiha the third. And today we'll be discussing chapter 28 of the Boruto manga. Gentlemen,
Yes, sir. Ski. How y'all doing?
Yes, sir. What's going
we're
on?
doing impeccable. We're doing impeccable.
Shit, man, just cool. Just cool. And I'm hearing about people beefing with 3-year-olds, but that's about it.
Man, it's life, man. Sometimes you gotta learn how to just navigate through life. You ain't too old for nothing. I'll tell you right now. If you got a dream and you trying to chase it, you ain't never too late. And if you beefing with a child, you ain't never too old to take that beef seriously. So let me just tell y'all now.
It's never too early. I gotta respect
It's never too early, never too late, man.
Hey, bro, we learned a lot from Stewie and them. Stewie, a real nigga to beef with. Word too. Yeah. All right. So we got a couple of big storylines on Ledger. Which one we trying to attack first? 8 again.
Wait, so are we talking
Hmm?
strictly with the chapter 28 or what storyline?
Yeah, chapter 28.
Oh yeah,
I started my review off talking about Boruto versus I can't want to call him Bug. Mamushi. Boruto versus Mamushi. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To be, in my personal opinion, I didn't think Boruto was gonna destroy Mamushi that easily.
Bro, he killed like 2 of them. I think he killed 2 of them in that fight. He killed 2 of them. That's crazy.
And the thing is, they say he doesn't necessarily lose any power or strength or anything like that. Like comparing that to what happened in like chapter 3 or 4 when he first fought against Mamushi, it looked completely different. Matter of fact, I do want to see if he had the sword in that dimension.
He did. Low-key, it's different, but it's kind of the same because if you think about it, in chapter 4, he pressed him against the wall. And then this chapter, he low-key got pressed against the wall. It's just that instead of fighting 3 Shinju, because he was boxing Hidari, Matsuri, and Mamushi, he was fighting like 3 Mamushis themselves. So,
yeah, okay. Free Game, you read the chapter? Free Game? All right, I think he probably just stepped away for a second.
But yeah, so I mean, I see what you were saying because even when I was reading it, bro, I ain't gonna cap. I was looking at, I'm like, bro, this dude Boruto is slicing through Mamushi like he's butter. I'm not gonna hold you, like he's straight up butter.
My boy Boruto is a different type of beast, man.
No, to be honest, when I first seen it, because you know they started off with like not necessarily releasing all the pages, so we didn't really get to see Boruto versus the second Mamushi. So yeah. I just thought the second one was the person who actually pushed him against the wall. It was, bro. Boruto was actually like that.
Yeah, he literally don't. I think he killed the first one and then he got pressed against the wall, and then the second one tried to. Because I think the dude from the balcony, if y'all look at it, I'm not sure if this is what Ikimoto was trying to say, but I'm pretty sure the Mamushi on the balcony, he just divided 3 of clones from himself like off rip, and they just jumped from the balcony and started.
I can pull up the chapter so we can really dive into it and go through it if you like.
Yeah, we could probably throw out some. Let me see if I can find some color panels as well while we discuss this. So speaking of, you said he did sprout, I believe 3 more. So matter of fact, 2 of them got clapped, and I guess now there are 3 new ones. So that should be like 9 or 10 in total. My math, I have no idea. We just subtracted and added. I have. It'll give me a second.
Definitely at least like more than 5. I would say for sure more than 5.
Yeah. So we start with 8. 2 of them die. We're down to 6, and he sprouts 3 more. So yeah. So 9 in total. And they say we have to get between 20 and 30. I think that's probably going to be easy at this particular point because all Mamushi is doing is just split. Like
he is low key being smart though. Mamushi like, hey bro, watch out for the building. Don't be spreading your fire. Like so, low key, you probably do need to get him to split another 10 times so he don't be giving himself orders and stuff like that. He's like, yeah man, you can kill him if you want. Just don't destroy any buildings, bro. I ain't trying to get yelled at by Jura.
Yeah, no, for a fact. Now that we kind of see, I guess, a bit of like I won't even say full Mushi because let's be honest, it's like most of the Mushis are still not dead, but like power wise, you'd essentially put him above, or where would you put him on the Shinju rank?
As far as Mamushi, like if we're ranking the Shinju.
Yeah, well, not necessarily. I don't want us to like just blur all the Shinju, but like, let's say, is he above like a Matsuri or below Matsuri?
That's hard to really like quantify, honestly, because Matsuri really doesn't have any on screen feats, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that we've seen from Matsuri was pretty much like she destroyed Gaara. We didn't get to see how that happened. Ryu got not Ryu. What's the boy's name? Shinki. He most likely got absorbed by one of the what are they called? Claw grimes. So we don't really know like her. We don't have no on-screen feats to really quantify Matsuri, really. And then when we had the thing with Konohamaru, she didn't engage in battle with Konohamaru. It was just pretty much a conversation and blushing over each other until she got hit with 2 giant Rasengans. So I mean, she's Konohamaru level, maybe. I don't know. Like
yeah.
But if she's Konohamaru level, then it's looking bad for Gaara, bro.
I wouldn't say she's Konohamaru level. Let's be honest. We gotta have some respect. We gotta have some respect for Matsu. What are you doing? What I would say is I think Mamushi is going to be more difficult to kill than like just beating in battle. It's kind of the same thing I talked about with Jura in the last pod we did, but it's different with this time. And this is going to go into why Ada died. And speaking of why Ada died, we in this particular chapter, I'm pretty sure everyone knows, we essentially seen like a potential possibility or potential future where Ada and Himawari essentially gets packed up. Ada's not dead, but she got turned into a tree. Right. I've said this from the beginning. Mamushi's abilities just seem like a hard counter to Damon because he could split up in so many ways.
Yeah.
How does that make that a hard counter though?
Because even if you think about it, like let's say you deal a fatal blow to a Mamushi clone as you're fighting, but you don't destroy his eyes. Like another one can just pop out of his neck or his back and just continue on the assault like out of nowhere, and it's just like overwhelming.
And not only that, especially with the numbers, it's not necessarily a point where you have to kill Damon. You just have to separate him from Ada. So like if you preoccupy Damon with like 5 Mamushis and like that's a 6th one comes behind Ada and again, Mamushi doesn't even have to beat Ada in battle. He just has to turn her into a tree. Like remember how the claw grounds were like so slippery and like turning people into a tree? They almost got Kawaki one time. They don't even have to beat them in battle, just turn them into a tree. Yeah, right, that's why I think that like it's just a hard counter to Damon and Ada.
But when it comes to ranking the Shinju, I'll be honest. I'm instead of feats, I'm looking more for like preparation wise, because Koji had a different way to defeat all of the Shinju. So I'm looking at like what Shinju was he most cautious about, or what Shinju did he absolutely like we already know for Jura, it's like, yeah, let's not fight the man. Everybody, in fact, be best friends with him. Give him some money if you want. You know like, let's chill with Jura.
These other ones, this is how you beat these ones. Though.
Yeah, the other ones, he'd be like, all right, this is his abilities. This is how you beat him, right? So I want to say the same. I think it's different with Hidari because it's like he did lose. He was one of the first Shinju we seen, but also out of all the Shinju, it's like every Shinju followed the same pattern, but Hidari, they fight, they die, they don't come back. But Hidari's the only one who's come back, right? So there has to be more they're gonna give for him. So, but even with that, like prior to the Hidari fight, like the only thing Koji was like, hey, Boruto, they popped up in a village, Sector C. And Boruto just went there and started boxing, right? For Ryu and Matsuri, they're like, okay, make sure she is like completely in love with you, Konohamaru. Just make sure you got her blushing. That's the only way we can win this. With Ryu, just do not let on that y'all trying to get the drop on him until the last minute. Just keep it pushing. He's very simple-minded, like, so don't do anything to provoke him. And then with Mamushi, it's like everybody got to make sure we can't. It's a little bit more complicated. You can't let him get too many clones, too little clones. It's like, so that's how I'm looking at it when it comes to like ranking the Shinju, honestly.
Yeah, I can see that. It's a lot more complicated with Mushi. It's not necessarily more like strength-wise. It's not necessarily that, but it's just complicated.
I would give him strength-wise over Ryu for sure. I think Ryu, I will put him down like if we were ranking as like one of probably like the weakest Shinju.
I ain't gonna lie, Ryu was back. I ain't gonna lie, Ryu is hack, bro. If you think about it, bro, no freaking gravity ability or whatever, bro. Nobody's walking out of that desert alive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like the only reason they got him, and when we talk about hard counters with Damon and Mamushi, like Sarada had the hard counter to the sand.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yes. No, that's true.
And he couldn't fly.
I agree.
So he can't fly, so going against gravity was like a no-go for him.
Okay, that's another thing that's against him. He can't fly. So the gravity was against him. But the reason why I rank him like the lowest is because like we actually got to see him in battle. Yeah. And he didn't have too many, I don't want to say tricks up his sleeves, but he didn't have nothing really in his bag. He was just basically a Shinki clone. That's all.
I mean, if you think about it, like prior to the Mangekyo awakening, that is true. I mean, Iron Sand is still like cracked though, low key. Even if it's just like he's only using the Shinki Jutsu, it's still pretty cracked. But like he was doing certain things, like using it as a like a chakra detector and an emotion detector.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, he was doing some different stuff. And then he summoned an army of Clawgon. Like, I ain't gonna cap, bro. Without that specific team, like it comes in handy because obviously Koji's prescience ability, but without that, like no Sarada, Mitsuki, Yodo, or Araya, each of them played a crucial role in that defeat against Ryu. And Sarada was the one that, like, all of this still happened, but without Sarada's ability, at the end, they might just still die. So, like, they needed Yodo to be able to sense Araya's sword, Mitsuki to be able to be that extra leg and arm in battle and stuff like that, and then Sarada to come through as the final push.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Completely.
And then it kind of like they kind of got the cheat code when it comes to having Koji on their side. So like, yeah, you got a point. So it's kind of hard to really see them go all out and stuff. Like if they got surprised by Ryu most likely would have bodied them and it would have been raps for him.
Man, like, Koji without Kasha Koji, Shikamaru would have sent Konohamaru, Sai, and motherfucking Kiba to that damn sand mission, and they all would have died.
Bro, and Kiba would have motherfucking annihilated his ass, bro.
Oh my god,
bro! Ryu was literally using them as his own puppets, bro. Like, bro, he's broken. Like,
I forgot about.
I forgot. See, that's the thing. I be forgetting about certain things. You absolutely right. Yeah,
true.
He was kind of cracked.
Was OP.
Yeah, that was.
I think Matsuri probably would have been the weakest.
Yeah, I agree. I gotta agree with you guys on that one.
No, yeah, he was broken. Yeah, with this.
But that's the thing, though. We don't got no feats on Matsuri, though. Like, what if Matsuri?
But if you think about it, if you take away the aspect of like, because Konohamaru went in the mission, this shorty like me, so all I gotta do is play up on her feelings. Imagine no intel like that, or that wasn't even a fact. Like Matsuri didn't think anything to Konohamaru. I'm pretty sure she would have shredded him and probably went to tag team with Ryu and shredded the rest of the bitches, bro.
Yeah, it would have been over.
It would have, because she was just a head and a torso, and Konohamaru still confirmed, like, hey, she was about to kill me, Boruto.
I'm so disappointed in that nigga, bro. To be honest,
this is deep.
Nah, yeah, it's bad. He had a moment in this chapter as well. Thankfully, matter of fact, the crazy thing is, I think Shikamaru and Kasha Koji set him up. It's now confirmed that Sai knows that he. It's now confirmed that Sai knows that he was actually doing a transmission, a mind transmission jutsu, and talking to someone while he's being interrogated.
Yeah.
And Sai essentially in this chapter, he pretty much acts like, yo, he acts.
That's why he asked him like, see if he. Yeah, if he like used the ability in the last 10 minutes or something like that.
Yeah. And they said nah. Yeah. So now you know.
I think that's this page right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now Sai knows.
Right like, here. This is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, not this page. This is
that's earlier.
Yeah. No,
it's a little bit later.
No, I ain't get. No, hold up. No, it had to been.
Yeah,
Sai was definitely sensing something fishy.
No, it's later in the chapter.
It's right here. No, it's not. It's right here.
Oh, yeah, I'm fried. Yeah. All right. So it's right there.
Well, because I just read the chapter, that's why I was like, nah, I know I've seen it at the beginning.
Oh yeah. So
this is right here what we're talking about.
Yeah, so they essentially, so Sai essentially realized now that Konohama was essentially like doing some sort of off the books mind transmission jutsu and communicating with somebody illegally. Like Inojin went down in chapter 27, all the illegalities of what they were doing. It's like Sai in his mind's probably thinking the same exact thing.
I think he's probably thinking like, if the fact that one, he recognizes that Konohama was talking to somebody, but he was able to do it off books. He's like, bro, his wife is the head and his son is a prodigy, so it has to his family got to be one of the ops. I'm pretty sure that's what he's rambling in his brain right now.
Yeah, that's probably going in his brain. But I'm thinking like he probably wants it to be like anyone else. Like the Yamanaka clan is still alive, so it could pretty much be like hundreds of people. You feel me?
Yeah.
Do you think? I don't know. Do you think he's trying to maybe like look for an excuse to probably, because he was the one who put Shikamaru on to Amato, revealing like their memories are swapped. It's just that Sai just never went any further, like with assisting Boruto, where Shikamaru decided to go behind the books and try to assist Boruto and find out the truth. So it's like, I don't know, maybe because like both Sai and Ino had some instance of dealing with Shikamaru and having Boruto be that medium, so they can probably like discuss with each other, put two and two together, maybe, or Sai can question her, and then boom, come to find out they son been training for the last 2 days in a whole different hideout, preparing for an invasion.
Would it refresh my mind? What was the original conversation with Sai, Boruto, and Shikamaru? I completely forgot about that.
I can get to the page.
Well, Sai, that was with Ino. That was with Ino. Because Sai was the one who saw Amato talking to Sumire. Well, Sai and Shikamaru saw it. And remember, Sumire was like, oh, don't you want to see Boruto because he has your daughter's karma and stuff like that? And then basically Amato revealed, well, that would be true. And then, but the truth is, like, my signature as a scientist is marked on Kawaki and his karma. And the only explanation I have is that our memories are swapped.
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
Oh, you talking about this right here?
No, this is an earlier chapter.
Way earlier chapter. So Sai seen it?
Oh, okay.
So after that conversation, he was like, the only explanation would be like our memories have been altered with somehow. And then Sai was like, what do you make of this, Shikamaru? And Shikamaru was like, And that's when he first contacted Boruto through Ino, because he was like, yo, Ino, I need your help. Let me confirm some things.
Wait a second. I don't even know if I caught that dialogue. So that whole entire scene was
for you guys.
So they essentially was under surveillance when that was going on.
Amato was, yes. That's why Amato, like, they walked them into a trap. That's the only reason Shikamaru even decided to trust Boruto, because he saw that conversation, and then when he had that first conversation with Boruto, Shikamaru admitted, well, the last 3 years have been a little iffy, but if you swap Boruto's and Kawaki's positions in their minds, basically thinking Boruto is truly Naruto's son, things start to make sense. So that's why he was like, you know what, forget it. I may not remember omnipotence. Boruto was like, sorry that I told you this a million times. He's like, forget it. I made a decision to help this guy. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna go with the gut feeling that I can't let him die. So that's how he's operating now.
Nah, this is different. So I think it's a good possibility that Sai is actually on that side, but he's not necessarily like overtly talking about it.
I think he wants more. I think he wants more confirmation, low key.
True.
I think he's still waiting for more confirmation.
True. And to be honest, I think that was kind of supporting this chapter as well. And don't get me wrong, he could be withholding information for a bunch of reasons, but he now knows that Shikamaru actually did like some off the books transmissions, and he didn't tell Kobu.
That is true. Because who else would? I mean, any Yamanaka could, but who has the balls? Think about it, to actually go off books and conduct a mind transfer communications jutsu. Like, ain't no random person from the clan gonna help out people like that. So he has to be like, bro, it gotta be someone like Ino or Inojin, or maybe that one-off Yamanaka clan member who showed up in the Kara arc.
I understand what you're saying, but for him, because that's like his family, he probably got the delusional mind. I don't know about my words today, but he probably got that delusional mind, thinking like it could never be my family. My family are not traitors. But if he's really like thinking it could be like some 4D chess moves that are really being played by Shikamaru and the rest, he'd probably be proud if his family was actually.
He said he'd probably be proud.
Hypothetically, well, let's say 5 years in the future, all this intel gets out, all the classified or all the unclassified gets like declassified.
Oh yeah, Shikamaru's gonna get the biggest pat on the back for sure.
Yeah, like he'd be happy. I'm trying to go back to see that specific chapter, but I can't find it.
It says it's chapter 5. I'm trying to see if this is it.
I don't think because that's what the
I'm going through
Sasuke
chapter
flashback.
5 right now.
Amen.
It is.
I'm pretty sure this is
It's
like
chapter
during
5, the Sasuke flashback.
I
found it. I found it.
I'm about to say, I'm thinking it's like right before the Mitsuki fight goes down. He's flying and he's
right
talking.
here. Oh shit!
Oh yeah, that's that.
This website is freaky. All right.
Yeah, what's it called? You gotta use that website. What's it called? It showed me.
Bro, we're streaming on Twitch right now. We'll be all right.
Oh yeah, we are on Twitch.
We streaming on Twitch. We fine. But yeah, this is okay. So this is the conversation they had. If you want to just read that there.
Oh yeah, that's the conversation between Amato and Sumire.
Yeah, I'm trying to see afterwards where Sai and Shikamaru.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Sai and Shikamaru.
This happens, and then this leads into Sai. Because so at the end of this, Sai basically asks Shikamaru what he makes. So you can keep going. He basically asks Shikamaru after they're done talking. Did you go past it? Yeah, you passed it, bro.
That's the end of the conversation right there.
Is it showing the whole panels on this site? Because Sai should be like right there at the bottom. Keep on going. After they're done talking, and then Shikamaru's like,
Let me use another website.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if they're showing the full page.
I got you right now. Check it. Check the cord. Check the cord. I bet.
Yeah, let me use a different one because I don't know if
think
it is showing the whole thing.
Ryzen's in the chat.
Oh yeah, Ryzen. Oh yeah. You could probably.
What do you mean? Yeah, Ryzen. I forgot I sent him the link.
Yeah, Ryzen. I literally just sent them.
What's good, Ryzen? My bad.
I literally just sent them the link you put me on.
What's good? Sorry about that. I just saw everything on Discord.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So, what's it called? We're discussing how earlier in the
is this chapter 5 on here that you sent me?
Well, I think I sent you everything. I think chapter 1 through 28.
So if it didn't happen in real time, then it probably happened in the next chapter. But there was the scene where they were watching it on the monitor, and then Sai basically was like, "Yeah, so what's your decision going forward, Shikamaru?"
Oh yeah, I have that.
This one.
Somewhere.
Is that chapter 2? No, it's not.
Hold on, sorry.
Yeah, that's chapter. It's still on chapter 5. Okay.
Bro,
Ryzen, did you hear what we're talking about? Or
this is chapter 5?
Yeah, I can pull it up right now if you guys need it.
Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah, go ahead, Ryzen, because this says this is chapter 5, but y'all telling me this ain't chapter 5, but it does say 2 right here. But this says it's chapter 5.
Yeah, you guys want the
chapter 5 Sasuke
right?
cover with the ice background.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll let Ryzen go ahead and do it.
Where Sai and Shikamaru essentially discussing how, where they were essentially watching the surveillance of Amato and Sumire talking, and Amato basically revealed that his signature was actually on Kawaki's body and not Boruto's.
Yeah, I got you. Hang on, just give me 1 second.
In this particular situation,
that was the chapter I was just on. Oh, it's chapter 5.
That could essentially be the start of Sai actually understanding what's really going on, because in this particular chapter he could really not this particular chapter because the chapter's over, but let's say next chapter he can turn the whole thing upside down and just stitch on everybody. But if he's actually thinking this could be the right thing, I feel like
and then
he could play a critical role.
To read though. That was one of the main things about him. He's a real hard character to read. You don't really know what he's thinking or
he's the original Mitsuki, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, facts. That's facts. And I used to hate Sai, kind of still do, but I understand his character a little bit more. He's a very, and it's interesting. That's an interesting personality trait, I guess, if that you would call that a personality trait. But yeah, if you play poker against Sai, you're gonna lose because you're not gonna know what the hell he's thinking.
Nigga gonna be smiling with the worst hand in his deck, and
in the world.
Gonna be nervous. You gonna be like, nah, bro. He got a royal flush. He has to.
I think this is the perfect opportunity for us to get that clash between kind of the old gen and the new gen, because now we're gonna have multiple people trying to go to Boruto's location. Wait, did you guys talk about that yet, or am I skipping ahead?
No, just go ahead.
So basically, what the team is supposed to do, they're supposed to keep the heat away from Boruto. So we have people go into the police force and letting them know Boruto's here. So technically, you know, if Ikamoto wants to do it right, Kiba's there too. So Kiba will possibly be going to apprehend Boruto. We could have
it's a wrap for Boruto. It's a fucking wrap. They send a Kiba.
We also got to remember, Ino is probably going to be on that side to where she gets an alert that Boruto's there. She's going to potentially be an enemy. We're going to have Ino Jin possibly advocating for Boruto against Ino. And then we might have to see where Sai's loyalties lie, because he'll have to make a decision whether he'll stand by his son or will he stand by his wife. He also leads the Anbu, so he's the only one who can make the Anbu stand down. So I'm really interested to see how this clash of ideals goes with the new gen and old gen, because the new gen seems more capable of putting their emotions aside. Like how Shikadai said, yeah, if it's an order, I will help Boruto if you order me to, because as a ninja, I gotta put my feelings aside. But Ino didn't really do that. So I really want to see how the old gen interacts with the new gen's ideals toward Boruto. They're not necessarily buddy with Boruto, but they're willing to work with him.
Yeah, these are impeccable questions. But to be honest, I was thinking, like, if there was a character to do something devious or make life hard for Boruto, who would it actually be? Because I don't think so. This is like hypothetically Itachi back in the day coming back to the Hidden Leaf Village, but the only thing is Itachi would be more overpowered. So like he could literally just walk through and no one could do anything.
The thing is, Boruto is kind of in that same situation because no one really, other than Kawaki or Damon, can match him physically.
Yeah,
but it's more so now Boruto has to protect them while they're trying to kill him, while he's trying to protect them from Mamushi. So it makes things really difficult.
Oh, Black drop off. Get my thing is though, I think Koji is Boruto's biggest like threat. Like if there would be anybody who can take Koji down or take Boruto down, it would be Koji. Reason being, Koji sees multiple futures. If he's seen a future where Boruto betrayed him, then he will know how to avoid that or how to counteract, or he'll know everything that Boruto is going to do before he does it. So he's just able to prepare himself just in case that future happens to happen. Even though like his little mind, his little future telling thing, it always upgrades and updates and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, but I don't think that'll ever happen, and especially in the context of this situation like here, where they talk about like there'd be characters in the Hidden Leaf Village that are actively trying to kill and hunt Boruto. Like in terms of that.
Oh, like, I'm sorry. Yeah, I misunderstood what you guys was talking about.
No, that's straight. But in terms of that, it could be hacks-based things that could hurt Boruto. And again, the fact that Boruto is a nice guy. One of the things I was thinking about in this particular chapter, like if it was Sasuke in that situation, does he allow? I'm talking about Crash Out Sasuke, Hibi Sasuke. Does he allow like?
Dead.
No, I'm just I get that, but like, matter of fact, there was a time where he wasn't killing people; he was just knocking them out. But like,
that was
that was true.
Sasuke is going.
That was Crash Out.
Yeah, he was ordering the other Taka members not to kill anybody. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but again, I don't even think that version of Sasuke like allows those two random ninjas to run away and go to the police office.
Yeah,
like he's putting one under Genjutsu.
The police office is crazy.
The thing is with Boruto, he's gonna hold back. So if they try to kill him, he's gonna try to hold back. He's gonna try to protect them, and then he's also on top of that, he has to fight Mamushi. So it just becomes a whole problem for him.
Yeah, and one of the other things is off guard. Is like we all understand like everyone's susceptible to being attacked off guard, and we even see in this chapter where Boruto got attacked by one of the Mamushi clones off guard, where he was just like one shot.
And even on the flip side, he was able to kill a Mamushi clone off guard.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So like, if a ninja sneaks up on Boruto, it could be spooky. One of the things I'm thinking though, like his biggest defender in this situation, and again, it's probably not going to be the next chapter. It's going to have to be like deeper into this arc or this mini arc. It's probably going to be Mitsuki. Like if Mitsuki legitimately now believes that Boruto is his son, I don't think he's going to leave his side. It's pretty much going to be a Damon and Aidas situation.
Yeah. Even said, yo, should I brute force?
I was about to say that nigga Mitsuki offered to break out of an interrogation.
Yeah. Like he's over. Like he's over Kabuki. Like dude realized like even a god ability couldn't sway him from Boruto's side. The second he had an excuse to join Boruto again, he said, "No, what? Fuck it, he's my son."
Yeah,
for a fact.
Because they always made it like it was more of like a philosophical thing, rather than a memory or anything like that. Like it's a feeling that he has more than, oh, this person looks like this person and they're my son. You know, he has that. Like, Boruto give him not to pause, big pause, but Boruto gives him a certain type of feeling that nobody else gives him.
And it doesn't bypass omnipotence because he can just say the Hokage's son isn't my son. Because it's just what he feels. He feels right now that Boruto, the traitor, is his son. So he's going to follow Boruto regardless of what omnipotence tells him. Yeah, omnipotence can't really affect that. Because who said the Hokage's son, the Hokage's child has to be his son? He picked his own son. Now he's feeling that his son is... Man, I hate saying son. Side note.
That's his kid.
That his son is Boruto now.
Right.
And that for some reason it's not Kaoki anymore.
Yeah, ironically, like he has like a similar thing as like Amado, where like he knows for a fact what he's worked on.
Yes.
Where Amado specifically knows what he worked on, and Mitsuki kind of knows for a fact who his son is. Like after that interaction with Boruto, he was like, "Yeah, that's my son. That's my son."
How did y'all feel about the conversation with Amado and Enojin when Enojin was questioning him on why he gives them bits and pieces of the information rather than telling them what's going on?
It makes sense.
No, it makes absolute sense. Yeah, but how did y'all feel about that? Like as far as like how Koji broke it down to Enojin, how he reacted to it.
I pretty much had most of the stuff he was saying. I kind of already knew that. One of the things though that I kind of thought that was super interesting, he said if the more ideal the future looks, the less he's going to say. And I thought that was super interesting. Yeah.
Because if, for example, if Sarada needs to die for the ideal future, he's not gonna say shit.
Yeah, that's what he told. Yeah. No, he literally said that to Enojin. He was like, if I would have told you that you're gonna die, you would have hesitated and it wouldn't have happened, and him and Wari would have never unlocked their power. Yeah. He like said that to him verbatim.
Yeah, because we gotta remember, Koji isn't doing this for charity. He doesn't like Boruto. He's stuck with him. It's a business proposition. If he could choose any other person, he would have. But Prescience is telling him that you need Boruto. He's an absolute fixed point. If Boruto dies, that's it. It's over. He even says he's the one thing we can't lose. If you lose Kawaki, if you lose Sarada, if you lose Shikamaru, things will be bad. But if you lose Boruto, that's it. It's over. And I can pull up the page.
But so why do you think that though? Why do you think that he would have chosen, like if he could have, he would have chosen anybody else but Boruto?
No. If say for example, Prescience told him, okay, you gotta ally with Kawaki now for a good future. Mm-hmm. He's leaving Boruto.
Yeah,
it's a need. Yeah. The only reason
I understand that. I understand what you're saying. I just guess that I took it like you're saying that he doesn't like Boruto. Like he's just working with him because like he has to work with him.
Yeah, because he's not buddy with him. It's not like a master-student relationship to where Koji's gonna risk his life for Boruto. Yeah, because he wants to. It's more so of I'm stuck with you. So you're my partner right now. And he even doesn't like we can even see in the last chapter. He was pissed off at Boruto's like reactions to stuff. He even called him childish. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he can't separate himself from Boruto.
I mean, but a lot of times when Naruto was training with Jiraiya and stuff like that, like he'll tell him things like that as well. Like he'll be real with him, like you're being childish, blah blah blah. Like so that doesn't mean that they don't have a certain type of relationship. But I do agree with you. I do agree with you. I do agree with you 100%. I'm just saying like I couldn't use that as a reason, like saying.
Oh no, 100%. I agree with you. But the difference between Jiraiya and Naruto is Jiraiya was his master first. Like even when Naruto had dumb things to, like, for example, trying to chase down Sasuke.
But could you say that he was his master though, because he's the one who helped him achieve the flying Raijin faster than what he would have achieved?
But there's a reason for that.
Okay,
yeah, to save
the
world.
Sorry for letting you cut me off.
Koji didn't train Boruto out of the goodness of his heart.
I understand that, but that still makes him his sensei, though.
Yeah, it's still a sensei relationship. Yeah. It's more so of the second I don't need you anymore, I don't care about you.
Yeah, it's like an arranged marriage versus like an actual I love you marriage.
Yes. So like if, for example, if Prescience updated right now and it was showing him that Boruto needs to be killed by Kaoki to save the future.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna say, okay, sure, I'm gonna have Kaoki kill Boruto.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not gonna be a Jiraiya situation where Jiraiya is gonna go by his heart and he's gonna do things for Naruto because of who Naruto is. It's more so a business. It's a business deal. You're useful to me until you're not. That's how I see it.
I got a question.
Yeah.
How far in the future do you guys think that he can see? I should say.
In my opinion, I think he can see up to the point of his death, because we've seen the longest that he's seen is like 6 years, because he said it took Boruto 6 years to invent the flying Raijin, and then he died. So in my opinion, I think Prescience works similar.
Wait, what? Hold on, he said that?
Yeah, let me pull up the chapter. Hang on, just give me 1 second.
It's crazy that there's a
so in that future. So like
Jura kills Boruto.
Saying in that future he died.
Yeah, Boruto dies by Jura in most of those futures.
Yeah, it's crazy that Boruto's alive, just chilling on the same planet as Jura for 6 years, though. That's crazy.
Maybe they've been boxing for years, bro.
Okay, let's see. In about 6 years' time, you managed to master it. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
So we're under the assumption that Boruto operated up until the age of 19 or 20, depending on. I think he's like 14 with Koji, or like 13. So he's either 19 or 20. And then he figures out the theory of the flying Raijin and masters it, but then at some point gets killed off by Jura.
Mm-hmm.
So in my opinion, that's just my opinion. I think it's similar to like Aidas stuff, to where Koji can just see up to where he's alive. So once he's dead, that's it. That's just my opinion.
So with that being said, though, if he can only see up to his death, do you think that he can only see up until the end of like what's going to happen with the Shinju arc? Because that seems like that's his main focus.
Like if somebody plants a divine tree, he'll see that. Yeah.
Because like right now,
I feel like.
Oh no, you go, Bara.
Now I feel like what he said earlier in this particular chapter right here, the more ideal the future is, the less he's going to say. I think that informs us that after this Jura arc, the rest of it is smooth sailing, I believe. Now, he could get updates, but I believe he could see past this Jura arc. I think he's just not saying much because he understands first things first.
If they get past this, then we're good, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that also the fact that he understands that his 10 directions ability now is getting a little bit watered down because there's too many singularities and too many futures, and too many people are altering the future. So he probably just isn't saying anything for that reason as well.
Yeah, true.
Even Boruto himself doesn't know what's happening after his arc.
Because if your theory is true, though, if the Shinjus is the end, then that's like the last threat. There's either they don't succeed or they succeed and Koji has another rewrite, and then we're preparing for something totally different. Unless
I agree.
Koji dies.
I think it'll be a rewrite because I feel like there's just so many timelines to where the Earth just dies that there's no reason for him to really see another threat right now, because the good futures are at such a low percentage. You wouldn't be able to see everything clearly. So you got to get past Jura first. So this is a dead end. So,
Koji going to die before he can reveal the next threat to Boruto. So
I really feel that too. I really felt that too.
I think what'll happen is he'll die, but he'll also leave Boruto with a warning because that flash forward scene makes me feel like Koji told him something. Because if we go back to the flash forward scene, let me pull that up.
I agree with that though.
He says, "Was this the only possible way this could happen?" So it feels like he already knew this was gonna be a possibility, but he wanted to change it because Boruto wants to save Kawaki, and he wants to bring them all back together, even though Koji might not necessarily see that as the most optimal future. Yeah, here it is. I guess this was the only possible outcome. So he looks depressed. Like Boruto sees, like, man, I failed. We got to this point. I actually have to fight Kawaki now.
Oh yeah, true. So that was like a 10 direction type of quote. This is crazy.
Me neither.
So I think if Koji does die, it'll be with a warning to where you have to kill Kawaki or just deal with Kawaki. Something. Not saying that Boruto's gonna kill Kawaki, but it's gonna be like that warning to where the equivalent would be the Indra and Ashura fight. So everyone's telling Naruto he has to settle things with Sasuke. Naruto doesn't want to. He wants to save Sasuke. So it's gonna be a similar issue to where Boruto's gonna get this warning about Kawaki. He's gonna fight against it along the way. But now that he's at the battle, he has to make his choice. Does he try to knock some sense into Kawaki in this fight, or does he put down a potential threat to the world?
100%. The crazy thing is, I think it's possible that Boruto gains the ability, the 10 direction ability.
I could believe it because he does have, to an extent, future sensing abilities through Momoshiki. It's not 10 directions.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say like he said he sees vague features.
Yeah, that's one. My idea right now, we're at the idea of like everyone's like, or jutsu is like the big thing. So for example, Boruto's essentially, or not Boruto. Let's say Momoshiki. Momoshiki is essentially able to steal ninjutsu, but if ever they make the jump to shinjutsu, and I kind of dabble with the idea that Boruto and Kawaki potentially even make shinjutsus in the future. If there's a possibility that they could steal a shinjutsu, I feel like that would be like how Boruto gets like a shinjutsu.
See, I feel like
again, I wouldn't necessarily know the mechanism behind that.
I feel like it would have to be Momoshiki big rating everything, because I feel like we forget that Momoshiki is an Otsutsuki encyclopedia. He knows every shinjutsu. Now, he can't do every shinjutsu, but he knows their workings and inner mechanisms. So who's to say within that 3-year time period of him being in Boruto's mindscape, he could be thinking of different things, because he has that repository. He knows how 10 directions works, even though he himself can't use it.
Again, the quotes of Momoshiki saying or calling everyone just regular docile, I won't say monkeys, that's what Frieza was saying, but he would call them
inferior creatures.
Inferior creatures. Like, these are the actual stuff that makes it seem like they are actually inferior creatures, and Momoshiki is like the all-knowing. But like, hypothetically, if let's say not even just Boruto utilizing Momoshiki's ability, just in a hypothetical world where Momoshiki has his Rinnegan and he absorbs chakra from Akashi and Koji, would he get any 10 direction abilities, do you believe?
I feel like that's more of a technique issue, because he absorbed chakra from Naruto, but he didn't necessarily gain any jutsu from Naruto. He just figured out how to reverse engineer the Rasengan because he's just so good at chakra theory.
Yeah, good point.
I think it's more so of, in Koji's case, it was DNA. He got implanted with Shibai cells, and he needed an emotional catalyst to activate his jutsu. In which case, Momoshiki knows how the jutsu works. He just hasn't learned it yet. So I think there needs to be a catalyst, because we don't fully know how these Otsutsukis learn Shinjutsu. We know they're not big on training for the most part. So I feel like it's more of an upgrade situation, where the more you upgrade, the more you get a Shinjutsu. Because I don't think Momoshiki has a Shinjutsu, correct me if I'm wrong. Ishiki had 2 Shinjutsus, and the other Shinjutsus all come from Shibai. So it seems like Momoshiki's more of a lesser Otsutsuki to where he knows how those jutsus are done. Actually, wait, no, he does have a Shinjutsu, the Karma, but like that's something that every Otsutsuki seems to have. But he seems to be more of a book smart individual where I know what these jutsus are. I just don't have the capability of using them myself. Because even Ikamoto said that, yeah, his future sense isn't a Shinjutsu. It's just a lower, watered down future sensing ability.
Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe it could be, or in terms of the way they actually do gain Shinjutsus, it could be via chakra fruit. Like, I guess
100%.
if there's like
I think it's just evolution. I think the more they eat, the more they evolve, the more abilities they start gaining.
Yeah.
In my mind, it seems like the origin to their abilities is Ten Tails. Because we have the Renegon, we have the Rine Renegon, we have all of these things that the Ten Tails has, and we have the Otsutsukis having variations of it. So I just think it's them upgrading themselves and getting more power. And then like, oh yeah, I got a new ability. Let me write this shit down. And Momoshiki's just in the library reading up about all the potential powers of the Otsutsuki clan.
Yeah.
Right, let me throw out another possibility or another hypothetical scenario. Urashiki pulls up Kashin Koji.
Let me say something real quick if you don't mind. Hey, what's up, everybody on Twitch? We hit 10 viewers. We just doing this for the first time, so thank you guys for joining us. If you want to support the your streamers, you can shoot a cash app to Cloud Ninja Podcast, because obviously you can't super chat because I don't know how to do that on Twitch, and send whatever question you have in the notes, and we'll talk about it on the stream. But yeah, thank you for joining us on Twitch. We about to get affiliated on here and start being able to monetize on here too. So we appreciate y'all support. But yeah, my bad. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, my next question would be like, hypothetically, if Urashiki pulls up on Kashin Koji and like throws that fishing rod through his stomach, like would he then get like 10 directions? This comes from what Ryzen just said, where the Momoshiki's he couldn't necessarily utilize any of like the legit abilities, but like for example, when he kind of like did the fishing rod on like a not Urashiki on Mitsuki, he kind of had the power of Sage Mode like on the fishing rod, and also pretty much stole the sand jutsu from Gaara. I think it could be his is more of like you actually get
when he took it. Was he able to use Gaara sand?
He did use it. Yeah, he used it once. It didn't look as good as Gaara's sand, but he did use it once. He never used the Sage Mode, even though I wish he used the Sage Mode.
I don't. Maybe because that's just like a jutsu that just manipulates sand, and he like was able to absorb his his chakra, and he has what are they called, not Shinjutsu, they have Kekkei Genkai. His Kekkei Genkai is magnet release, and that's the reason why he's able to manipulate sand. So possibly that's what he did. When it comes to the 10 directions, that's a Shinjutsu. That's something you even not have to wield hand signs or anything for. So I don't know if it like correlates. I don't think that he would be able to use it.
It seems also similar to kind of like a dojutsu and eye ability, because we see the interactions with Koji's eyes to an extent. We also know that the Shenrigan can see the past and present, and we kind of have this precedent with the divine trees. For example, Hidari is made out of Sasuke's chakra, but that doesn't mean he got his dojutsu Kekkei Genkai. He needs a pair of Sharingan to use Chidori. He says he doesn't have the Sharingan's perception ability, but with elemental Kekkei Genkai, like with the Shinki's case, Ryu is made up of Shinki's chakra. Shinki's Kekkei Genkai is chakra based, so Ryu in turn was able to control the Iron Sand because that's a chakra ability. So I feel like there's nuance. It has to depend on what type of ability it is, because if it's purely chakra based, having like a divine tree, for example, a divine tree Koji should be able to use 10 directions. But if it's more so a dojutsu, then it seems to be off limits if we use Hidari as an example.
I see what you mean. I understand. Oh, let's go. We were talking about the oh damn, I forgot what we were discussing. It was just on top of my mind. Oh, Damon potentially being a fraud. That wasn't the actual wording, but the fact that Ada in the flash forward scene, she got turned into a tree and him and Wadi died. Now, my stance on this, and this could be the fact that me and Black Witchy are just like, I guess, Damon fanboys at this particular point, but I don't believe this necessarily means Damon is going to die or it would even lose in a battle.
Oh, 100%.
All he pretty much needs to be is preoccupied by Mamushi, and to be honest, with his abilities, it kind of makes sense. Like hypothetically, you divert 5 of those clones to not even clones, 5 of those Mamushis to Damon, and again, you can't really kill him unless you destroy both of his eyes. I think Damon would be busy with like 5, even like 2 or 3 of them, whereas like another one could just easily sneak up behind Ada and turn her into a tree.
Yeah, you just really need an excuse to separate Damon from Ada. And right now, because we've had so much development with Ada in a short amount of time, where she now has friends in Sarada and Sumire, there could be multiple reasons why Damon separates from her. Kawaki could be in trouble, even though I don't think we'll get to a point where Kawaki's in trouble. It could be Sarada and Sumire. And that just happens, and then she just sends Damon their way. Like, go help them, please. So I think separating them is really easy now, in hindsight. To where she'll just want to protect her friends, and then she just gets caught off guard and eaten. Because she's not going to use her Senaragon to really track down Mamushi for a large amount of time, because he can still interfere with her and potentially pinpoint her location. But yeah, Damon doesn't necessarily have to lose. He could be distracted. He could be just separated, and then Ada just gets eaten, and doesn't necessarily mean Damon lost. But out of the principle, I will still call him a fraud because he still failed.
chill. I think Damon's going to be able to one-shot multiple of the Mamushi bodies. I think so. It's just a numbers game at that point.
Hey, but side note, can we talk about my boy Hidari's new sword? Sumire outdid herself. Because she said Sasuke's chakra is in there. Who has Sasuke's chakra?
Yeah. Oh, I don't think she even thought about that.
Yeah, who's about to come?
How could she know?
Who's about to come pull up in the village? Who's about to come pull up in the village? Boruto's incapacity said, "Oh shit!"
But like Boruto could have brought that up though. Like when she said Sasuke and my chakra, so I can like always modify it. Sasuke chakra and your chakra is
I forgot.
On there,
but it's too late at that point. It is way too late at that point. At that point, Mushi already in the village.
No, she can still modify it though. Oh, you're right.
Mushi already in the village.
You're right.
But Hidari's
UAV going off.
Yeah. Hidari's about to pull up. He's about to say, "Yo, this sword's just my size. I don't got a Sharingan. So you know what I'm about to do? Oh, it takes lightning chakra too. Bet Chidori blade. Man, she outdid her. So my guy Hidari about to come up with a whole new sword technique."
Yeah, that might be Boruto. That might be devious. That might be. He might. My whole thing is, I don't think Sumire should be blamed for a couple of reasons. First things first, I'm not entirely sure if she knows that Hidari has the same chakra signature as Sasuke. She wasn't really on the battlefield once Hidari entered the Hidden Leaf Village.
Unfortunately, she does.
Damn.
Like, pull up the vlog.
Yeah, because they said they sensed Sasuke's chakra.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
When they pulled up in the village, so I don't know. Maybe
I'm not gonna blame her though, because that should have been a Boruto situation. Like he could have told her for later. So I'm not gonna blame her. Also, plus, it is Sasuke's sword.
But also,
Well, I think she just did it for like a sentimental value for Boruto. Like that, I don't think she was thinking long term. I don't think she was thinking about Hidari. I mean, because. Do they even know that Hidari's still alive as far as like the people in the village, or do they think that he's gone, like he's dead? Because Jura took his whatchamacallit and brought it back to his Thorn Soul, and took it back so he can regrow his body or whatever. So they didn't see him get revived. So maybe she could have possibly thought he was one of the dead ones too as well.
I believe they know, or at least the higher ups know, because then they'd know Sasuke would come back. And from the info Shikamaru has, he would still know.
If it's the higher ups, though, the higher ups is not going to let her construct a sword for Boruto.
But by higher ups, I mean like main characters. like Sarada.
Oh, I'm thinking you're talking about like the Daimo and
I had bad wording. It was my choice words. I meant like Sarada, Shikamaru, and like all those people.
Yeah, I believe someone even asked Shikamaru if Hidari was back, and he said it's likely.
Yeah, because Koji told Shikamaru that unless you get their Thorn Soul, they're just gonna keep coming back. I think.
Or could it be a possibility though that Sumire, she didn't like explain to the higher ups, if you will, what she was doing to Boruto's sword.
Oh, definitely.
Or she could have just said like I'm enhancing his sword, but not saying that I'm only like registering to his signature, chakra signature, blah blah. Or if she did, she says it's registered to Boruto's chakra signature. Don't grab it because it will absorb your chakra because it doesn't read it. Like just give them that warning. She doesn't go into extensive saying, "Oh, Sasuke, he can hold it and I can hold it as well."
Yeah, I think it's just. Oh no, you go, Bara.
Well, my thing is overall, like I don't necessarily think anyone was thinking that Sumire would create like a defensive jutsu or defensive ability with the sword. Like hypothetically, if she never had the feature of it draining people's chakra, no one would even really be talking about the fact that Hidari now can actually use the sword. It would just be like, oh, Boruto now has a crazy upgraded sword. That would
100%. I just think because she said it's Sasuke, it just gives it feels like it alludes to the potential of us getting Hidari content. We also don't know if Hidari could switch sides. Like for all we know, Hidari could switch sides and pull up with that sword. So
that's true.
So that could just help to benefit us. It's just really funny to know that Hidari can also use that sword now, and it kind of fixes his problems with the Chidori because now he potentially has a sword that he can run lightning chakra through, and just use that sword as his main attack point. I'm really interested to see
what do you guys think about this though? Because he does have Sasuke's chakra, but he also has Tail Beast chakra at the same time.
What do you mean by that?
Because he has Sasuke's chakra, like they read Sasuke's chakra signature, but he is a Tailed Beast.
Oh, you mean he's in a way where like it'll probably like take away his Tailed Beast chakra?
Yeah.
That's possible, but like once he pulled up to the Hidden Leaf Village, all they mentioned was Sasuke's chakra. Like they didn't mention
because we gotta remember he's not a full tailed beast. Jura makes the distinction that he's a tailed beast. Jura himself is the incarnation of tails. He can sense other tailed beasts.
Right.
Hidari is more so a clone using Sasuke's chakra as a base. So they're all they all have tailed beast essence in them. But they're more so operating under their clone's chakra. So that's why the original templates are still alive.
So Bug is overpowered then, basically, is what you're saying. Well, no, seriously, like that's a serious question because like all through the series, Bug, he was weak as hell. Like he was scared, he was running away, unless that was like a ploy. But
we have to assume that Bug does have ninja abilities. He's just not that strong because the fact that Bug can use fire, the fact that Momoshi can use fire style means Bug has fire style.
Yeah, that's true. Like he could have abilities. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but if they're just using their chakra, the person that they the character sorry, my bad. I'm losing my train of thought. Excuse me. The person that they're using as the host for the Shinju or whatever, if they're just using their chakra, then I don't think that would like make sense though, because
now I know off face value.
Could you see Matsuri going and infiltrating the Sand Village and damn near killing Gaara? Like if they have to have some type of power buff.
No, yeah, the power buff comes from the 10 bells.
But the thing is, we gotta remember, off face value, the amount of chakra you have doesn't necessarily mean you're weaker.
That's true.
Chakra have more power. So even though Bug himself is a weakling, having the 10 tails, the divine trees just have that chakra. I lost my train of thought. Hang on. Let's say Mamushi has the same amount of chakra as Bug, right?
Right.
That doesn't necessarily mean he's as strong as Bug. He has abilities from the divine trees. He's physically amped by the divine trees. So even if he even if all the divine trees have the same amount of chakra as their victims, that doesn't necessarily have to make them as strong as their victims. Because
overall,
yeah, because there's so many things about chakra capacity, chakra control, how you use your chakra abilities. Look at Kakashi; he was always nerfed chakra wise, and he never really had a large pool of chakra compared to other characters. But because of his chakra controls and because of his abilities, he was strong. So we can't really say that the amount of chakra.
I always make that comparison, like in part 1 when he tells Naruto that he has like 4 times or 10 times the chakra that he has, the chakra reserve. But Kakashi will obviously wipe the floor with Naruto in part 1.
Yeah.
Remember when they was training when he was explaining that to Naruto when he was like your pool of chakra is like 10 times the amount of mines or whatever. But yeah, Kakashi was still that guy.
Yeah. Now, overall, I agree with what you guys are saying, and you got very good points. But it's different with these Shinju because I do believe, like, let's say hypothetically, Mamushi has significantly more chakra reserves than Bug because the God Tree is continuously siphoning chakra from Bug's body.
Yes.
So, like, Bug is continuously regaining chakra, and the God Tree is just siphoning that over to Mamushi.
Like a battery, exactly.
Yeah. So, like, whatever Bug had, like, Mamushi probably got, like, times, like, 1,000 at this point. Because, like, every single day, like, he gains more chakra. The God Tree is just taking that away.
Also, side note, Sumire out here saying a certain special material has been compounded into the katana. In my opinion, I think that's something that'll counter Tsukahikona. Because we do have him using the sword in the flash forward. And if he's using the sword, that could also mean Kaoki can't shrink it. Because why are you fighting with a sword if Kaoki can just make it into a keychain?
It's a keychain. It's crazy. Hold on, sorry. But no, I get what you're saying though. Yeah. I mean that makes sense.
Yeah. A lot of people
maybe that could be like later down the line though, because
I think it'll be later down the line.
Yeah, I don't think that's something that she did. No.
She doesn't explain it. She just tells him about it, and then it cuts out. So she said, she said a certain special material has been compounded into the katana. Boruto looks at her, and then we cut to Shikada and Shikamaru.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe she doesn't even have to look into the future of that because she knows Kawaki's ability, and she knows like Kawaki tried to kill him in the past and stuff like that. So she could have made that as also a fail-safe for the eventual conflict that she knows that's inevitable between Kawaki 100%. And Boruto. So yeah, she could have thought ahead.
Because she had 3 years.
Yeah,
3 years studying Kawaki. She knows Kawaki wants to kill her guy. She knows at some point Boruto's gonna have to defend himself. She now knows his fighting style is by using a sword. Just gonna want to give him the best possible counters to Kawaki, which is keeping Kawaki from actually removing his sword.
Facts. I said track. And Bara, I want to apologize to you, right?
Well,
the reason why I want to give you an apology because as of this chapter right now, I'm giving Sumire superior scientific knowledge over Denki. She is superior to Denki.
Come on.
She is superior to Denki. Come on. I am a man, and I like to admit when I'm wrong. And you were right. She is superior to Denki because she is doing some shit that is like unheard of. Really, like she is like breaking the mold as far as like scientific tech goes. So I'm gonna give you a round of applause real quick.
Yeah, good looks. And she also has like 2 cover pages in the Boruto manga already. So it's like Boruto Rise is telling us something. But I would have to say though, she is human because she did get the benefit of training with Kashin Koji. Like hypothetically, Denki had like a week of Kashin. Well, she didn't necessarily train with Kashin Koji, but Boruto essentially, like by proxy, gave her the training. If Denki had that, he could probably create something broken as well. So I do have to point it out.
Yeah, I mean it's a possibility, but I mean, yeah, true. But that's why I want to see. I'm sorry to cut you off. I want to see more. I want them to put Denki back into like introduce Denki into TBV. There's most likely a reason why they haven't, because he's still working with I'll be forgetting these people names because they don't bring them up. Kakaske, right? So he's still working with him. I'm gonna butcher this dude's name, so just deal with it. He's still working with him. We don't know how much he's advanced as well, too. So,
I feel like with the Koji situation, the problem becomes is that specific technique or invention useful to making a good timeline? Because he's not doing this out of the goodness of his heart.
Oh no, I'm not even saying like Koji helping or anything. I'm just saying like, as far as in a world where science and technology improves over the years, like you'll get 10 iPhones in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, or like if you have a computer, your computer is outdated in 3 years and you got something like totally better. So technology increases. And if you like put that into the Boruto world, then in 3 years, as much as they progress in the short time that they have as far as technology goes, because they was kind of like in the like warring states ages where it was like more simpler weapons and stuff like that. And within 13 years or something like that? What was it, 13 years from Naruto to Boruto?
15, I think, to Boruto next gen.
To the Boruto next generation. Yeah. So in 15 years, they are able to create scientific image tech. They are able to create like robotic things and like stuff that uses chakra. Like, so they are advancing at a crazy rate. So in 3 years, Denki, when he had that little Iron Man suit, he could have been tinkering with that thing for the last 3 years, and just his knowledge alone, and with the help of Kasuke. I'm about to stop saying this. I'm about to stop saying this dude's name. I'm about to stop saying this dude's name. But yeah, so
they should be good, but they should be good, but I don't think they'd be good enough to like make a dent in this situation. But
no, if they was, then like Ryzen said, Kashin Koji would have added them into the equation.
Yeah, I agree, but I gotta be a hater. I think Denki's washed. Because think about it this way.
Why?
Think about it this way. This man's company, his dad's company, is like one of the richest companies in the land of fire, right?
Right.
And he's pretty wealthy too. He's the heir. So if we have that company in the village where they're overflowing with revenue, why is the village to a point where, because of budget issues, they might not exist anymore? I feel like dude's washed. Dude has no loyalty. Dude got no loyalty.
Well, I mean, that's like saying, all right, that's like saying, for instance, America, we're in trillions of dollars of debt. We have a lot of billionaires, and they should give up their money so we can get out of debt in our country. That he has a business to run. He can't just
I agree, but here's the thing,
give all his money up.
But here's the thing, though. He's a ninja, so he's got to put his life on the Denki.
Oh, Denki.
I said Denki's washed. Denki's out here rich. If he's gonna put down his life anyway, he might as well open that wallet, open the purse strings a bit.
He rich, yeah, but do you think he's rich enough to put the village like out of debt? Like, I don't think he got that type of money. Like, I don't think he's balling like that.
Money.
Yeah, like like his company doing good, but shit, like they got staff they gotta pay.
Dude could have strong-armed that daimyo. Dude say, you know what? I'm moving my company to the hidden cloud village, unless you give the Leaf some money. Do some political plays.
That was a threat, especially the Mist. That would have been a threat. The Mist was hella advanced.
Exactly. It's just me hating on Denki for a bit, though, for the meme. But dude could have, I'm moving to the cloud village unless you give my guys some money.
No.
I see it. Well, speaking of technology, why do you in this chapter Boruto's sword turned black? No racist, but why?
No racist.
I'm actually interested in that. It could be a new mechanism, or it could be Ikamoto on some art error. So I want to give it another chapter before I say anything.
But it happened in multiple panels. Like for example, on
we have it here. We have it here when he's defending against Mamoshi. It turns black.
The next page is damning. Right there when he's slicing the eyes.
Hold on, let me make this bigger.
Maybe that's the compound Sumori was talking about.
Might be.
True.
I have no idea why it turned. And did it turn back white? No, it's still two-tone. It's still two-tone afterwards.
Still two-toned here. Let me see.
She don't put animanium in his shit.
I guess it could be anything, to be honest. Maybe it's because it's in combat mode.
My guy got a vibranium sword, bro.
I know at some point we'll get a data file on it. So I guess we can just wait and see what they
true. Let's go over the popular theories. Nue. Do we believe she added Nue to the sword?
No.
I mean, I don't think so, but I can't say no, because who knows? The special material could be Nue cells. We could go that route.
It would be interesting because Nue was the only one that really had Boruto utilize the Jogan, right? That was like what triggered it. That and Tonetti, but
you just reminded me, Bora. The next chapter is gonna bring up some interesting conversations on the Jogan. Do we think that eye's gonna open?
Which eye? What are we talking about?
I meant to ask that. That was my next question and totally slipped my mind. You sent me videos on on Discord. I didn't even get to read them because I don't be on Discord too much. Only when we about to pod. And I just seen it. So what was you talking about in the chat? Because I kind of glossed over it. You were talking about something about the Jogan or something like that.
Yes. So if we remember, Boruto got his eye slashed out.
Oh yeah, okay, that's the same thing that you just put on a.
Yes,
right.
And the only times we've seen him open the eye post scar is in the flash forward, where he opens his eyes, his scarred eye, which in the anime it's the Jogan. In the manga, I still believe it's the Jogan, but the jury's still out on that one. And we've also seen him open the eye when he activated the karma and Momoshiki took over to free Kawaki. So the thing is, now that he's activated the karma, do we think his right eye will open or stay closed?
I think it'll probably stay closed. If I had to bet, it could be a point where maybe the karma seal strengthens the muscle fibers in his right pupil or when in his right eye. No idea.
What the fuck?
I don't know, but no, I do think it's going to stay closed. It's interesting though, because again, if it is a new way type of thing, like it would make sense for that to be the case. My question is his eye actually gone? Because you said Momoshiki opened the right eye, like so is the eye actually damaged?
So I have the flash forward picture. So in the flash forward when he's fighting Kawaki, once he activates the karma, his eye comes out. His eye opens. Of course, when we let me pull it up real quick.
That nigga stole Momoshiki's eyeball, bro.
And of course, in the anime, when Boruto opens his eye, it's the Jogan.
The socket is empty.
Hang on, let me pull this up real quick.
Holy.
But we've only really seen in the manga that the eye's of Byakugan. So I feel like this is gonna give us a lot of debate if the eye opens, because we could argue that it stays closed because he's still kind of fighting against Momoshiki. B, he could open it and it's a Byakugan eye just to showcase that he still doesn't know what the Jogan is. He's still fighting against Momoshiki. He still doesn't know how to access his own power. Or it could just be like the Jogan, which I don't think is going to happen yet. But it's really interesting to think about what that eye could be right now, because I think it'll either stay closed or it'll just show Momoshiki's eye. But I pulled it up right here. I don't know if my thing came off, my screen share came off, but here's Boruto in the anime opening his eye. So he opens it. We get the Jogan. We get the Jogan, and let me just why do I keep doing that? I keep Xing it out while trying to share.
I'll put it back on.
But the only other time we've had him open the eye was when Momoshiki took over and we got the karma. So it's really interesting to see what he does with that eye next. Do we think he'll open it? I'm on the side of it'll stay closed, just to showcase he's still not mastering. Still hasn't mastered the karma yet.
What if this is what if this is a Momoshiki, or we can get like a board? We can get like, that's what I was just about to say. Like we can get like a type of like a Borashiki where they like Momoshiki is not fully in control, but Boruto still has control of his body, but can use powers of Momoshiki. And when he opens his eyes, it'll be Byakugan rather than a Jogan.
I think, in my personal opinion, because we had Kawaki be shocked in the flash forward, I used to think it was because of him being in control of the karma. Now I think it's because he's opening his eye. I feel like to differentiate Momoshiki and Boruto, I think we'll get Boruto with his eye closed using the karma, but then when Momoshiki takes over, by him opening that eye. Which I think would give us a nice payoff to where in the flash forward, when he finally has control of the karma, when he finally has dealt with Momoshiki, he's able to open that eye on his own now.
Good point. One thing I will say though is like this arc, I've compared it a lot to like just a training arc, and Kashin Koji is essentially like training everyone individually. Like he even explained why he didn't necessarily tell Inojin that he was going to die, or let him know like reasons as to why he couldn't tell him that he was going to die. This could be like a situation where he knows Boruto would be forced into utilizing the karma seal because he didn't want buildings to burn down, to where now this leads to his next upgrade, which could be him opening that eye.
Yes, and then I think in the Japanese version, it had like a bit of text in the last page where it says where it's talking about Boruto burning down his soul. Like, I need to find it.
Boruto burning down his soul is crazy.
Let's see, where is it? I have it saved somewhere.
My bad, guys. He's looking for something right now. What's going on, chat though? Drop some comments in the chat if you guys got any topics you want us to discuss or anything like that. Since we're on Twitch,
you're talking about the side text on the spoiler release, right?
Yeah, the side text.
Quickly though, if he does unlock the Jogan, do we think that'll make him too overpowered for this time?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's too early.
100%. It's too early.
I really think it's too early. Like the fandom really.
I think he don't even need the karma seal against Momoshiki. He's just on some like they're both fighting not to destroy the village. So in the sand, he could just fly in Raijin and dodge Bijou bombs because he don't got to worry about what is hitting. But in the village, he can't just dodge because people might be around and in the buildings. So he's like, fuck it.
And he can absorb chakra with the karma seal and shit like that too. Yeah, so like he has more utility with it.
One of the reasons why he could want to use the karma seal is because he wants to like finish these guys before at least ninjas come up.
Yeah, get the job done as fast as possible.
Yeah, plus he's not really gonna expend chakra to use water style to like put down that burning building because the building is still burning down. So he's gonna use the karma to absorb that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Like the karma seal provides him with utility. So like if it was like they use fire style, like you said, or if they use water style, he can just absorb it rather than letting it destroy the building. Because without the karma seal, he really doesn't have a way to do that unless Kawaki was the one who's doing it.
True. One thing I do want to say though, we were talking about the Jogan, not to bounce over topics too much. Urashiki did introduce a brand new idea that one eye could withhold multiple dojutsus. So like it could be a Byakugan that later turns into a Jogan, or it could even be like a Rinnegan. Like that's the crazy thing. But I think realistically, I just think it stays closed. But again, that idea of it could be multiple dojutsus, I think it's super interesting.
I always had like a theory. Maybe this is too OP, but like the Jogan, it's the first. It's the first one of the cake. Was it cake again? No, what is it? When it's ocular jutsus? One of the first ocular jutsus. Yeah, one of the first dojutsu. Sorry, it was one of the first dojutsus, and every dojutsu is derived from the Jogan. So that would put Boruto at the point like Shibai is the final villain or whatever like that. He has a godly power where he can compete with Shibai. I think like the Sharingan, the Byakugan, all that derived and like mutated off of the Jogan, and Jogan is the one pure eye that had everything.
I agree because for example, the Sharingan. The Sharingan is just a mutation that Indra got and that the Uchihas have. The Ototsukis don't necessarily have the Sharingan because that's just a mutation to a lower eye. Their base eye in general is the Byakugan.
But then can't they get the Rinne Sharingan though?
Yes. So that had the power of the Byakugan, and like what Hagoromo said with Kage having the power of the Sharingan and Byakugan. So that just mutated. So it was literally a mutation from Kaguya, where Indra got the Sharingan instead of like the Rinnegan, and then that became the Uchiha's dojutsu. The Hyugas still have the Otsutsuki's dojutsu, which is the Byakugan. Right. From Urashiki, we know that the Jogan is inherently an Otsutsuki clan power. So it's an Otsutsuki ability.
You know what they should have did though? They should have dove more deeper into Indra and Ashura's father, so we can like at least get some context on how that mutation happened. Like maybe he had some type of dojutsu and with them mixing their DNA.
Because we know,
you know how sometimes like a kid would get their mom's blue eyes, but they'll get their dad's like regular eyes, black eyes or whatever. Like they'll get more of their dad's genes, their mom's genes, and stuff like that. So maybe that's how that mutation happened.
Most likely, because we know Hagoromo has a Rinnegan.
Yes.
And Kage had the Byakugan and the Rinne Sharingan. Hamura, his brother, got the Byakugan. He got the Rinnegan. So Indra inherited his dad's chakra, basically. So I'm guessing it's just a dilution of power.
I'm sorry, not Indra and Ashura. I meant Hagoromo and his brother. Hagoromo and
I mean, y'all are still right though, because Kage was the one who had the Rinne Sharingan.
Yeah, and then his dad was just like a random human.
Sharingan, and then
so adding in like those human genetics changes that power and just dilutes it into the Sharingan. So it becomes a mutation, and then other abilities that have been popping up through like the Hyuga, Senju, and Uzumaki clans are just like recessive traits of the Otsutsuki clan. Because we gotta remember, Kekkei Genkai in general are mutations. So like look at Haku's ice release. Those come from human mutations because they're not descendants of the Otsutsuki. They're just humans who can use chakra. So that's just a mutation. In Boruto's case with the Jogan, it's an Otsutsuki mutation. So it's a recessive trait that awakened in him. Yeah. So Hinata's a descendant of Hamura, Naruto's a descendant of Hagoromo. Mixing their two chakras together activated some recessive trait through Kaguya's bloodline to give him the Jogan. That's an Otsutsuki clan power. If I had to compare it, you guys watch Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yes. Not in a long time, but yes, I have.
So you know how Yusuke is a descendant of a demon, right?
Yes.
Ryzen, yeah.
Yeah, Ryzen. Yes, exactly.
What's up, Ryzen?
Of the Mazaku. So when Yusuke died a second time, that recessive gene awakened and it turned him back into a Mazaku. He became
You turned your son into a Mazuku. That's some shit.
It's the same thing with Boruto. He inherited that Otsutsuki's power, and even Momoshiki in the anime said you strongly inherited the power of the Otsutsuki.
Yeah.
One of the Shonen magazines talks about how he not a descendant of Hamura, who's a descendant of Kaguya, and even though Boruto doesn't have a Byakugan, he did inherit the power of the Otsutsuki.
Right.
So it's just a recessive trait that he got through his lineage to Kaguya, which gives him the Jogan. Right. Similar thing with Himawari, to where because she's a descendant of the Uzumaki and Hyuga, by proxy Kaguya, it makes her the perfect user of Kurama, and it even drew Kurama back to that original source to resurrect in her. So it's all genetics. Like Boruto already had Otsutsuki genetics before Momoshiki, so technically he has the genetics of Momoshiki and Kaguya. Meanwhile, Kawaki just has like Ishiki on his side.
Yeah, true. It is crazy. Kind of makes Kawaki even more.
I wouldn't completely say that though, because I would say Boruto is more Momoshiki than Kaguya, because if the karma operates the way that they said it does, it rewrites your whole DNA.
Yeah, into an Otsutsuki, but you still have that data.
But
you still have.
Sorry, go ahead.
But the thing is, you still have your original data, and you still have like your base genetics. They're just Otsutsuki-fied. Because what happens when it's 100%? Then the full rewrite happens. Then you stop being Boruto. Then Momoshiki reconstructs his body.
Boruto is 100% though.
Yes, he's 100% Otsutsuki, but he's not 100% Momoshiki, because Momoshiki corrupted his data. Because I'll pull it up right here.
Because the way I thought it worked was like Momoshiki, he used the rest of the, like, it was like 13% to like heal his wounds and stuff like that.
He made it into that Otsutsuki karma to basically convert it into Otsutsuki data, but make it compatible with Boruto's DNA rather than
and it's still he's still genetically Otsutsuki. It's just Boruto's data. So Boruto was still Boruto. His body was just becoming Otsutsuki for that full rewrite, and then he has enough data to resurrect his own body. That never happened. So he's still Boruto genetically, just Otsutsuki-fied. Amado says he explains it in a way where you're basically just adding on that data onto your base data. You're overlaying it, basically. So that's why Boruto can still say, I have the blood of my father running through my veins. Because if it was a overwrite, he wouldn't have his own chakra signature. It would be Momoshiki's. He wouldn't have the Jogan because that's in his old genetics, not Momoshiki's. So he's more so of a hodgepodge of Momoshiki and Boruto.
Hodgepodge.
So let me.
That word has always been funny to me.
So let me pull it up right here.
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Why you out yourself like that, bro? What are you about to pull up?
Amado's explanation of the karma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much. It's pretty much right here. I was about to start yapping.
Momoshiki.
Oh, here it is. Good question. The extracted Otsutsuki data diffuses through the whole body. So, like a sugar cube you put into your tea that eventually dissolves completely, the karma will also disappear. So, what the karma is doing, it's Otsutsukifying Boruto's base, and then once he becomes 100%, Boruto gets fully overwritten. But basically, Boruto right now, he's an Otsutsuki. There's no doubt about that. But his data is still Boruto. His original DNA is still Boruto, just now Otsutsukified. So, like, if I had to explain it, see how Boruto has yellow hair? So, say he has A, B receptors from Naruto, right? So, Naruto would be A, B, and then H for human. Boruto would be A, B, but O for Otsutsuki. So, he'd have the same DNA layout. It's just he's an Otsutsuki now, if you get what I mean. Like, he still has all his original.
Okay, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Feel like I just got a science lesson.
we even get to see that when they're talking about Momoshiki's body, to where he now doesn't have the parts to reconstruct his body now, because that can only happen when he has 100%. Then he can revive his body. Then he stops being Boruto, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
But
I get
That's
what
how
you're
I
saying.
understand it.
One thing I would say, I thought I understood it where it's like the max I believe the Karma Cell got was like 82 or 83%, right?
Yes.
But along with Otsuka-fying Boruto, Momoshiki's DNA was also being extracted, and Momoshiki was at, I believe, 80, also at 82 or 83%.
Yes, here it is. So apparently, about 82% of Momoshiki's data had already finished extraction, but he used the remaining 18% to rebuild the destroyed parts of my body. Mm-hmm. So basically, he's extracting. That DNA is getting added to Boruto, but Boruto's not getting erased, basically.
Wiped away.
Yet. Mm-hmm. So his data is still there. That's why I said he's basically a hodgepodge of Momoshiki and Boruto. Mm-hmm. Because here it is. Sai says it. Yet while his soul is still intact, it means Momoshiki lacks that data needed to reconstruct his body. And since he'll never regain that data, he'll never be able to resurrect again. So basically, Boruto still had Boruto data. That's why he needed to convert that karma energy into Boruto data, not Momoshiki data. He needed, because it was still Boruto's body at the end of things. So he converted that to Boruto's data, but because that data is Otsutsuki, it still made him a full Otsutsuki, even though the data is still showing up as Boruto.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So he didn't really lose anything. So like his base genetics are still there. That's why he still has his own chakra signature. That's why he still possibly has the Jogan, because it's just a mismatch of his genetics being Otsutsukified.
It just registers as Otsutsuki instead of
So that's why, and like we know Amado did a blood test, and it confirms that he's an Otsutsuki. And we know that at the end of things, he still said, "I have the blood of my father running through my veins," meaning that his original DNA is still intact. It's just been modified. It's just been added to. It's just been Otsutsukified instead of just like, oh yeah, now you're just Momoshiki. You're not even blood related to your parents anymore.
Got you. Okay, I get what you're saying. It's like a Bruce Banner type shit.
Yeah. And I believe this is essentially why I believe he could potentially get some of Momoshiki's abilities, like even like the dojutsus.
Yeah, I agree. Like Momoshiki did this. Kawaki had the same thing with Ishiki. It's just unlike Kawaki. Kawaki has that car, no strings attached. He can drive that car whenever he wants. Momoshiki has the keys, though. In Boruto's case, he's holding a lot of things back from him. So we don't fully know what happens with Boruto once he has full control of that. Unfortunately for Boruto, Momoshiki ain't in his bag right now. There's no Renegons popping out of Boruto. There's not even a Byakugan most of the time. So we don't know.
And only one eye.
Yeah. We don't fully know what Momoshiki adds to that bag.
But like, say he's able to tap into that Borushiki mode again, he does have to be Byakugan at that point.
Yes, but even then, I don't think we've ever seen him activate the Byakugan, because we've never seen the veins come out. We've never seen him use the visual prowess of the Byakugan. So even then, I can't even say that. He's just Momoshiki's base eye.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I don't see why, if he's able to access Momoshiki's powers when he goes into Borushiki, why he wouldn't be able to activate the Byakugan. I just think that in that point in time, they didn't use it. Hold on, they lost so loud outside.
In theory, he can. It's just he hasn't, and it makes Kawaki look a lot better. In Kawaki's case, he has the Jojutsu in base. It's been added to his base genetics. He can just use it whenever he wants. He has all of Ishiki's Shinjutsu abilities right off the bat.
That was Amado's doing, though.
That was Amado reconstructing his karma. Once he reactivated the karma, he had Ishiki's powers, and they were overlaid to him on base.
Right, he reconstructed it, so you can say he tweaked that. He tweaked with it a little bit as well.
So
because sorry to cut you off, because when he was using the karma before, he had none of that. He didn't have Ishiki's dojutsu. I understand that Ishiki was still alive, but I mean, in a sense, Momoshiki is still alive too. He's not alive in the physical realm, but he's still alive in some type of way. So I would assume that Amado reconstructed his karma cell, and with him reconstructing his karma cell, he gave him all of Ishiki's powers and his abilities.
So would you say him tweaking it allowed Kawaki to activate them in base?
To activate him in base? Yeah, I mean, because you got to remember as well.
I can see that.
Kawaki's body is a scientific tool, ninja tool at the same time. Boruto's is not.
I can see it.
Boruto's going through the organic you know what the fuck I'm saying. I can't say it. Osusification. There you go.
You don't gotta say it. You don't gotta say it. Go ahead.
That word kick my ass. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so like he went through the organic way of doing it, like the way that it's supposed to be. Whereas you can say Amado, he did it in a genetically modified way. Like he gave him the GMO.
Because
one of the things I would say.
How do you go, Bara?
I said one of the things I would say is Kawaki would be more adept at utilizing the karma cell though, because even when Kawaki was first introduced into the series, he was already training alongside Jigen with the karma cell, like utilizing the karma cell. And Boruto, he's been Boruto. Let's even go throughout the time skip. He probably used it, like actually utilized it 3 times since the time skip. So it's like he
probably one time with Sasuke.
Yeah, with Code, and then it just failed.
Yeah.
So
only one time that we know of, honestly.
Yeah, so
because he didn't use it, it just like popped up. I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. Go ahead, finish your thought. My bad.
No, I'm saying even if hypothetically he did have a dojutsu, it's like A, would he even want to use it, and B, does he even know how to use it? Like does he even know how to activate it, type of thing? Like not even utilize.
I agree, and we also, the key difference between Kawaki and Boruto is Kawaki has no one in the backseat. So like kind of like Hulk and She-Hulk. She-Hulk's still the same person. She's still Jen.
I have never watched that. I refuse to watch.
I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the comics.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the comics. I didn't like She-Hulk either. No, in the comics, Jen still has her personality. Like she gets more confident, but she's still her at the end of the day. In Bruce's case, he has another guy he's fighting with in the back seat. Hulk takes over. They're two different people, two different personalities in one body. In Boruto's case, he always has Momoshiki ready to take the wheel. Right. In Kawaki's case, he has unrestricted access to the karma, other than like Amado's limiting shenanigans. Right. So we have two different case uses between them. We also know Boruto has been able to gain the basic abilities of an Otsutsuki. He can fly. He can erase his chakra signature, and he can access space-time ninjutsu through his Otsutsuki abilities, because that's where he got the flying Raijin. So he does have the base abilities in base, because he's an Otsutsuki. He just hasn't inherited anything else from Momoshiki that's specific to Momoshiki in base, unlike Kawaki, who seems to have inherited more or less Ishiki's whole bag.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. But I still think it's due to Amado modifications.
I agree with you. That could totally be it, and that could be why they've been able to manifest that easily in base.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have to think about how Momoshiki could be limiting Boruto's genetic wise, because that could also be a reason why his Jogan hasn't been manifesting. In the anime, at least, it has manifested a few times in life or death situations. So I really want to see how they approach this eye issue later down the road.
How do y'all feel about this? How y'all feel about this lineup, though? Do y'all think this warrants Mamushi? Like everybody that Shikamaru called in this chapter?
I think it does, because if it didn't warrant it, we wouldn't have Koji big braiding everything out. And I think unfortunately Ada does need to go. I think, in my opinion, we break even. to a point where we save Himawari where she doesn't die, but we do need to get rid of Ada because it's gonna feel weird in my opinion. What do you guys think? I just feel like it'll feel weird if they beat Mamushi, and then they still have Ada and they just have a full powered up force instead of losing anything.
Yeah. I don't see Ada dying. I'm sorry. I get where you're coming from overall, but the theme of this is like saving everyone. And if hypothetically we exit this scene or exit this mini arc where multiple characters get power ups, I think it'll probably be worth it. Even though people will be like, "Hey, Boruto, no one ever dies." That's already the narrative, but like, I think it would be worth it if people get power ups.
I respect it 100%. But don't you think we're kind of throwing Kawaki under the bus in that situation? Because right now, Kawaki has no proof that his beliefs are right. So far, the ninjas have been winning. The only real casualties we've had is Yodo. No one cares. And a few Jonins. So are we kind of making Kawaki out to be like this crazy person who took things into his own hands and is not justified at all?
That's literally what he is.
And I know. I'm with you 100%.
What happens to who that's what he is. Bro.
And I'm with you 100%. I'm Kawaki's biggest hater. But the problem is we kind of do have to justify him a bit. We kind of do have to give some precedent to his ideas, or else Boruto's going to be this confident person who just makes Kawaki to be an idiot. Which, I'm fine with that. I just feel like we got to throw Kawaki a bone.
What's the idea of throwing Kawaki? What was he wrong about? Maybe I'm lost. I have no idea.
So he didn't think ninjas could handle these threats. So if you have all these ninjas planning everything and trying to save Ada and failing to save Ada, the one person who Kawaki supposedly let his guard down with, if Ikemoto is to be taken seriously, it would kind of be in his mind that, they tried it this ninja way, this planning tactics, Shikamaru leading the charge as Hokage, and they still failed to save Ada. It could, in his mind, justify it, and he technically lost the person that he kind of cared about.
I get where you're coming from, but none of this is possible if the Otsutsuki member Boruto dies. Like, it's cooked if he dies.
But we gotta remember, Kawaki doesn't care about that, and he doesn't know that Boruto's needed. He just, in his mind, he knows that
ninjas can't get it done by themselves.
Yes, but he believes ninjas in general are useless. So we have to get to a point. I agree with you 100%, and I definitely see your point of Ada potentially not dying, but we have to get Kawaki from where he is right now to wanting the Shinobi era to end. What's the catalyst to him just being okay with Shinobi?
I'm gonna tell you the catalyst. My hit list for chapter 29 is gonna be boom. I'm gonna be bold and just start it off. I was gonna save his name for last, but boom, Kashin Koji, he's out of here. Ibiki, he's gone. What's the name? I'm trying to think. I don't want to, because I would say Konohamaru or Moegi, but both of their lives were spared last arc, so they might still stick around. Just life was spared. They might stick around. You feel me? But Ibiki, he's gone. These names, along with I think 60% of the population. So aside from Ibiki, we could get Lord Kubo, pack his ass up out of here. Maybe even Sai. Fuck it, I'm gonna be bold and say Sai too. Let's get Sai up out of here.
I love it.
And the elders. That's it. Like some name hitters. If those 7 die, that's enough for Kawaki to go crazy.
Yeah, facts.
I like this chaos. I really do. And it just makes me.
Does Kawaki go crazy over people dying? I don't know.
Because we have. Oh no, it's you go, Bara.
No, I was saying the only thing that would probably make Kawaki go crazy is threats to Naruto.
Because Kawaki only cares about a limited amount of characters. So we have Boruto, not Boruto. Well, kind of, but he wants to kill Naruto, so he's gone. Yeah. Naruto, Himawari, Hinata, and to an extent Ada. Those are the only real people he cares about. Because I say Ada because of what Ikemoto said, to where he's told her things he's never told anyone, and he actually wears her clothes. And the clothes she gets for him, I said her clothes. But so we know that to an extent he cares about Ada, especially because Aida's the only person who knows who he truly is and doesn't hate him. Everyone else thinks he's Boruto. Everyone else thinks he's the son of the Hokage. It's love that he, in his mind, he doesn't deserve. The only other people who know he's Kawaki is Damon. Damon's out here breaking his back. Pause. Sumire doesn't hate him, but she just doesn't care about him. Sarada hates his guts. Boruto's out here AWOL. So the only real person that cared about him in the past 3 years is Aida. I feel like if Aida dies, and we have all these ninja tactics are the reason why the plan failed, I feel like in his mind, he could blame Aida's death on shinobi tactics and how inefficient they are, and how he just, in his mind, he needs more power. So, like, the arc ends and he goes to Amuro, I need more power. Give me more power, old man. Where's my next hit? You're holding out on me again.
That's
making him seem like a drug addict.
He is.
I mean, that's literally what Kawaki would do. But I think he would blame the ninjas regardless. Because remember when Boruto came first, and then Damon was making fun of Kawaki, like, oh, all this is happening. And then Kawaki was like, bro, this is all, we're in this entire situation because of Boruto. This is all Boruto's fault. So, like, he's liable to point a finger. It don't matter. He's ready for it. So it's just a matter of, like, when his breaking point will be. I think last time in the Hidden Leaf, his breaking point, it was tied to a lot of the situations going around with him, but it was also tied to the fact that he was confident enough that, like, he had the power to do what he wanted to. Right now, he's not that. He's confident, he's strong, but he doesn't have that confidence because he already seen how Boruto's been handling the Shinju threat, as opposed to how he started off handling the Shinju threat. So once he gets a little bit more power, I think either that, or it could be Aida's death. I could be wrong. I just don't think she's liable to kick the bucket right now, at the very least. But I think once he gets a little bit more power, he's going to start taking the driver's seat in terms of deciding what direction the story goes in.
Oh yeah, I agree. Like, for all I know, Aida's death gets averted. But what do you guys think if Aida does survive and we get rid of Mamushi? Where do you think Jura goes from there? Because we know there's going to be a Hidari fight coming up. So do you think Hidari will be the end-all be-all before Jura, or do we think we'll get other divine trees to supplement what we lost? Because I feel like if Aida doesn't get clapped, Mamushi, we kind of lose the opportunity of seeing what happens specifically when they get devoured. We now know that they do get put into a tree, but we don't know if there's any differences. So do we think we'll get more divine trees if Mamushi actually gets defeated?
I think it's possible.
Hard to say.
Because
I think we're getting close to the end of the Shinju arc. Low-key.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's going to end off with Jura and Sasuke. I'm just going to say Sasuke. It's too many different names to remember.
That's fair. That's 100% fair. Do we think Code will show up?
Yeah.
Do we think Code will show up though?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because we got to remember, if Mamushi gets taken out, that Thorn Soul is a big problem. They don't have access to Bug's tree to actually bring Bug back. So it's either that Thorn Soul sits there until Jura comes back to get it, then we possibly get a Mamushi retrieval arc, or Bug just hops in and says, "Yoink, this is mine now." What do we think is gonna happen on that line of thought?
As far, I mean, Mamushi's, he's not living past this arc. It's a matter of who he takes with him, or who exactly takes out the final Mamushi clone. And now that we mentioned Code, I low-key think we're going towards the end of a Shinju arc. I still stand by my, like, original stance. I said, like, times again on the pod. Like, I think Jura is gonna be here for, like, a little while. It has been a while since I said that originally. Probably, I think it's been like about a year now, but I think Jura is still going to be here a little while. He's probably going to be here for, like, the next couple of villains. He might be, I don't think he's going to be the final villain, but he's going to be one of the main antagonists throughout the rest of the story. But I do believe we're going to get another Cold arc into Blue Vortex. And I think it might even surpass, because I think the Cold arc is probably the best arc in part 1. So I think Code's to Blue Vortex. All right, now I don't count that first arc as kind of like Code's arc. It kind of is, but it's more like the Shinju introduction arc because it led us to information about the Ten Tails and stuff like that. But once Code comes back into the story and becomes like a notable, like, chapter by chapter appearance and threat again, that situation, however Ikimoto gives it to us, pause, is going to be some of the greatest stuff. And I think this is like this Mamushi arc is leading up to that. So if we don't get any significant deaths, the thing that's going to really drive the story forward that keeps everybody excited and interested is going to be whatever plot twist Code shows us at the end.
I see it 100%. I also talked about like how
do you
Code is kind of like that Kabuto character where we'll see him in the background a bit, but then once he really starts cooking, we'll just see a completely different Code at the end of things.
I was just about to ask you guys that. Like, I was gonna ask, like, do you guys think that Code gets some type of like redemption arc? Like, maybe not become allies with them, but you know when they say the enemy of my and the enemy of my enemy is my friend, or something like that. I can't remember what they say, how they say it, but they all three of them, Kawaki, Boruto, and Cold, you can say they three are the top three strongest when you exit out Jura and others. Um, they can join forces to defeat Jura, and whether it be Cold actually like redeeming himself for what he caused, or it could be him backdooring Boruto and Kawaki in a way to either complete a goal that he's been working on. Like he's been, because we see Code as a dumb character, and you guys compare him to Kabuto. I kind of compare him to Toby a little bit, where Toby was a misdirect. Toby was you would have like when I was watching Naruto at the beginning, I thought Toby was a fucking idiot. Like, I thought he was like just totally stupid, you know. But he was always able to get out of sticky situations, and then you'll be wondering like, how the hell is he able to get out of these situations? Like he doesn't seem strong at all. But you figure out that Toby, in a way, not like you know, in a the full grim scheme of things, Toby was pretty much pulling the strings.
Yeah.
You know, so I look at it towards like that. Maybe they are giving us a misdirect where we are believing that Code is this quote unquote dumb character, but he has something up his sleeve that he's been working on because he's known he's been messing up. Like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me three times, you won't fool me again. I think that's what George Bush said, his dumbass. But yeah, so like, I don't think Code, if he's going to try to accomplish his goal, whether it be follow Ashiki's orders of becoming Osusuki God, or if he's going to side with Boruto and them and
I see it.
become some type of ally, but on the outside, on the outskirts,
no, I
where
agree.
he's no longer an enemy.
I agree with your line of thinking 100%. Now here's my idea. Code's now missing an eye and an arm, right?
Yeah. I was about to say that can't be part of his plan.
Now. Here's the thing.
Nah, I mean, we've seen people lose limbs and get them back though.
Yes, that's my line of thought. Now think about this. What's going on with the village right now? Everyone's on a high alert. Everyone's distracted. Kawaki is going to fight Mamushi. Who's unguarded right now? Amado. Wouldn't be the first time Code kidnapped Amado. Who can give Code upgrades? Who can give him his eye back? Who can give him his arm back? Amado.
Code go down the Kawaki road. He's winning.
All it takes is one claw mark, or hell, even a Mamushi clone. Code starts peeking in, realizes his chance, goes kidnaps Amado. I mean, Amado's already been giving out free power-ups to Kawaki. It's only fair. Code picks him up, says, you know what? I'm gonna kill you. I have nothing left to lose. You're gonna make me stronger, or I'm just gonna off you.
Mm-hmm.
And Amato could die this arc too. Shit, fuck it.
Nah, Amado can't die this arc. I was watching a short recently that you were talking about, actually, about Kibi being the final villain. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Kibi Otsutsuki?
Yeah, but it's just a short real quick. Oh, my phone fucking died. Hold on.
But
Let me see
side
if
note,
I can find it real quick.
Next year is the 10th anniversary of Boruto. I think we'll get anything special.
Anime
celebrate.
Man. This month by month stuff is freaking draining, bro.
10 fucking years. It's been
next
10 years.
Yep, 2026 is about to be 10 years. Do we think they'll do anything special for the 10-year anniversary? Naruto itself lasted 15 years. So we're 2/3 of the way to matching Naruto. So I feel like maybe we'll get something cool on the 10-year anniversary. Who knows? Maybe we get Oda and all the other mangakas drawing Boruto in their art style, like they did with Naruto's 10th year anniversary.
Isn't the announcement supposed to be in May?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I'm supposed to be in Japan during May, so hopefully.
Ooh, so you're about to see a lot. You're about to see a lot.
Yo, hold up. We gotta go to wait. Black. We got a vlog, bro. I will get a fucking ticket. You say you gonna win?
I'm gonna be in Japan in May.
In May? Oh hell yeah, I can get a ticket. Wait, yeah, that's way in the future. Yo, we gotta vlog that. No, hell yeah, we'll talk about that later. Anyways, but I found the video though. Let me Oh, I gotta remove you real quick. It's real quick. It's this a little short real quick that I had put up because I thought it was interesting. What the fuck? I swear I had it. Oh, I'm showing my algorithm. Oh, I'm showing shit I ain't supposed to be showing. All right, hold on. Here we go. There it is, right here.
Yeah, my question is like, how strong is she actually going to be? Like,
oh shit, I thought
is this actually going to be like a threat to? Because is he pretty much?
Wait, what? What do you say, Black?
I think he said how strong Akabi will be. In my opinion.
Oh no, I thought he said something. I thought he said something. Not in the video. I thought he was speaking right now.
Oh, he was. I think. Was he?
Oh, what was you saying? I'm sorry.
Was that Bara's voice I just heard?
Yeah, it's a short.
Oh, it's from him. That's what I said. That's why I was like, oh shit. I thought he left. There we go. Go ahead.
Yeah, he did left. I don't know.
I wasn't looking at the screen. That's why.
Oh, can you shoot him a text real quick too? See what happened because my phone died.
Oh no, I think he wrote that he had to leave.
Oh, okay. Cool.
In the little stream.
Yeah, he did the Irish exit. He announced it.
His ass. All right. But yeah, this is it right here.
Yeah, my question is like, how strong is she actually going to be? Like, is this actually going to be like a threat to? Because Kawaki himself is he pretty much talking like it's a potential threat.
I think she might be the final villain, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
For real, that's what you think?
Might be Agia with the proper build-up though, like a more in-your-face build-up. Because everybody been talking about Akibi, and she's kind of been on the back burner. And I'm like, even if she come into the story at this point, genuinely like as Amato's daughter and nothing else, what purpose would she even serve? And would Amato serve at that point? But as like the final villain, I think I ain't gonna lie to you. It has to be Otsutsuki because Kawaki can't be this paranoid for no reason. So he has to bring back another Otsutsuki.
You see in the spoilers where they talked about the possibility of her actually being an Otsutsuki member?
I saw that they brought it up. It's like that's part of the reason maybe why Kawaki hasn't done it in the last 3 years.
Yeah, I think pretty much my stance about it.
But yeah, that's it right there.
I feel like she will come back as an Otsutsuki. I just think she'll be regular girl Akabi, but with an Otsutsuki body. But if she does become the big bad, at minimum, shonen logic, she'll just have to be stronger than Jura. That's my stance on it. Like bare minimum stronger than Jura, because that's just shonen logic. Like they beat Jura, now they got another threat. It just logically has to be stronger. Yeah. Unless you want to like go the special abilities route, where for some reason this ability makes it so I counter Boruto and Kawaki's pure power.
Nah, she's gonna have a double Renin Sharingan. She's gonna pop out that freaking tube. A fucking Rinnegan on her forehead, 2 more Byakugans on her palms,
Oh shit! You just reminded me of something.
Or Amado could fuck up because Amado in a way is playing God. He's trying to bring a human back to life that passed away, be in natural causes. I think that's how she died.
Otsutsuki is gonna be his fuck up, and she's gonna kill his ass.
Not even that. I was going towards the route of like, all right, because like they've been hinting towards Shibai. Maybe we won't see him. Maybe he will. We will. But it's a possibility that the karma that Kawaki implants onto Akibi has Shibai's DNA in it, and unknowingly, Amado resurrects Shibai rather than resurrecting his daughter. Or like he just he has the appearance of her daughter, but he's Shibai's conscience.
I can see it. That could 100% happen, in my opinion. Also, because we're dealing with Shibai cells. For all we know, he could pull Shibai's soul into Akabi's body, and the big bad is a pissed off Shibai because he ascended. Now he's gonna do all this shit again.
I think Shibai is not even on some stuff where people can bring him back. Like he's like in a whole different.
I feel like
he's in a whole different plane of existence. So we don't even.
I feel like it would be hilarious though. Think about it. He's chilling in another plane of existence, and some old man human just brings him back to mortality.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, and that, like you said, that could be a point where it it pisses him off, like you guys said.
Yeah, dude just gets pissed and say, "You know what? I'm gonna feed all of you to the divine tree. I'm gonna ascend again. You caused this. I was chilling upstairs. You brought me back here on your mortal shit."
Shibai's gonna come back in a way. I doubt he's gonna be the main villain. He's not gonna.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be a main. All memes aside, I don't think he'll be a main villain unless they just do a couple of circling around, because we still have like the missing Otsutsuki in the little panel thing. Because we could argue one of them's Shibai. So at minimum, we still have one missing Otsutsuki, other than like Akabi.
Right.
I think Akabi should come back definitely as a brand new.
But you just reminded me, with the Akabi talk, we saw a little panel of Delta in this chapter. And Delta's the last one who still needs to awaken the Shinjutsu. Do we think we'll get that?
That's what I'm saying. This is a crazy ass lineup that Shikamaru gathered. He literally gathered all of these freaking people. He got Delta, Mitsuki, Konohamaru, Shikadai, Chocho, Himawari, Damon, Ada, Sarada, Boruto, Kawaki. Like, what the fuck? That's a squad.
Who needs Naruto?
We're finally going to get some action from Delta. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and like, unfortunately, to all you Naruto and Sasuke fans, but they're kind of washed up. We got a strong lineup, like, to where even if you added Naruto and Sasuke, it doesn't really change much. Like,
yeah, that's true.
At that point, who the fuck are we fighting? Yeah, maybe, like, I get it. Maybe Jura takes all of this shit. Like, that's crazy.
I mean, but this is shonen though. This is shonen though. Naruto could come back and he could be stronger than what he was.
We'll just have to see. In my opinion, we have a better Naruto. We have Himawari. We have a better Sasuke and Sarada. They just gotta keep.
We just need Saitama. That's all. We need to bring Saitama ass up in here.
Yeah, you stupid. Hey, I wanted to discuss a comment that we got on the video. You guys know?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, bring it up.
Okay. I wanted to see what you guys felt about this. Because this person said right here, shout out to Smoke Scythe 8880. He said, "This kid is getting weapons now. How much lamer can they make this show?" I replied, Sasuke had a weapon. Is Sasuke's weapon just enhanced? And check out the bots more. We'll talk about it. But how do you guys feel about that? Like,
this kid is he referring to like Boruto's sword?
Yes, sir.
I don't feel no type of way. Nigga,
yeah, I mean,
episode 1 we saw Boruto with a damn sword, bro.
Yeah, and like, in all of Naruto, we've had multiple people use swords. Like, even Naruto uses a kunai. Even in the movies, he uses a chakra blade. It's nothing new. Ninjas use weapons. When you advance in technology, you're gonna use more advanced weapons. Even 1010 had episodes where she's figuring out new weapons and stuff. Like it's ingrained. It's ingrained in the Naruto verse just because you didn't see Naruto using a ton of weapons doesn't mean weapons are useless. It's just his fighting style didn't rely on weapons other than like
And
your
Killer
base like
B,
kunai.
Killer B was using swords
Yeah.
like crazy. Like
when
Yeah,
you
and we
got
have
battle
Same-
clones, you don't really need weapons, bro. You
Yeah,
can just
and even then,
summon
and even then,
thousands.
he did use kunais, and he did use the odd sword once in a while, just like picking it up. But like we've had other
He fought with
characters.
Sasuke's sword too. He fought with
Yeah,
Sasuke's
like
sword.
we've had Samehada, we've had Zabuza's blade, we've had multiple people use swords. We have Lord Second using a sword. We even had Hashirama using a sword in his earlier years. So there's literally no reason to clown on Boruto when the whole verse uses weapons. Hell, even Naruto used those rods with his truth-seeking orbs in the war.
right.
Kaoki uses a bow staff. Ishiki used a staff. The Sage of Six Paths used a staff. There's no reason why you're gonna cloud on Boruto for using the sword. If he's upgrading that sword, it's just upgrading to the times. That's no real big deal.
It's a troll comment.
Yeah, it's because it's Boruto that they have to clown on it for some reason. Everyone uses weapons. Even Naruto used weapons. Minato, the guy everyone glazes, uses weapons. It's a moot point. They're just mad. I don't know why, or it's a troll.
Oh, no, I don't think he was trolling. I think he just, he felt his way, and people have their opinions. I just wanted to know how
he
y'all
has
felt
to be
about
trolling
that.
because if he said it like that, he's trying to say it in a sense where like.
Because we gotta remember, in Naruto, the student inherits the master's ninja way. Sasuke is a sword fighter. If Sasuke is training Boruto, he's gonna teach him how to use a sword because that's his arsenal. So you're not gonna have Boruto fight like Naruto, where he's gonna spam a million shadow clones, where he's gonna fight strictly in taijutsu, because that's not Boruto's fighting style.
It was at one point. I mean, he still like fights like his father, but he mixes it in and he made it his own.
Yeah, and even then,
that's what Sasuke told him too. He was like, "I taught you everything that I can teach you. Now you got to make it your own."
Exactly, and even Boruto, he's gone past those clones. Like he used to use 3 or 4.
He used 4,
but he never spammed like dozens and dozens and dozens and just like fought his opponents through pure power. He's more of a finesse fighter, and I got the perfect.
He has enough chakra now to summon 100 clones, but he doesn't do it because he doesn't.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it'll just drain him dry. Like he doesn't have the added bonus of Kurama, but I have the perfect panel to show the difference between Naruto and Boruto. If I can just remember the specific chapter. Okay, I'm a bit behind, so probably 70. Nope, a bit more. 84. Nope. Probably 90. But where Naruto, yeah, okay, found it.
The fact that you can just,
I'm trying to remember.
Let me make it bigger. Hold on.
The specific idea. Specific. Whoa. Let's see. Okay, it's probably the next chapter. But Boruto's more of a finesse fighter.
NS Glyph too. He said, "No facts, yeah." And NS Glyph said, "Can you just got here? But can we get a round of applause for the artwork of this chapter?" And I totally
100%.
agree. The artwork in this chapter was superior. They did their thing.
100%. I've been leveling up recently. But here's the little panel. Jiraiya tells Naruto, so you can just use your power instead of worrying about finesse. Because Naruto has a shit ton of stamina, a shit ton of chakra. He doesn't have to worry about focusing on his every move. He can just spam and overwhelm his opponent most of the time. Boruto doesn't do that. He's a finesse fighter. Even Kishimoto in an interview talked about how Boruto had more finesse compared to Naruto. Just like Sasuke. Yeah. So he's going to limit the moves he uses. He's going to limit his chakra consumption. He's going to fight like an actual ninja.
Yeah.
But at a point in time, though,
when 1,000 of himself, so he had to think, how could 4 of himself be useful in a situation where Naruto's like, well, if 10 don't work, how about 20? If 20 don't work, how about 40? So.
Yeah, exactly. Boruto had to work with what he had. Even when he was fighting kind of like Naruto, he still thought of his moves. He still used a more conventional strategy compared to Naruto. Even like, for example, when he uses his shuriken, he didn't infuse them with lightning style chakra. He invented Boruto's stream, and he was always thinking and trying to be one step ahead of his enemies. Meanwhile, Naruto says, "You know what? If 100 shadow clones aren't working, I'm gonna send in 200, and you know what? I'm gonna have them each use a double Rasengan barrage just to be safe."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. The last time we seen Boruto use canonically shadow clones was, I think, versus Cold in part 1.
Yeah. Or versing Kawaki. It's either there. One of those. It's probably the Code arc still.
Yeah, I'm not, because he fought Cold, and after he did the true his pseudo true essence version of his karma, and then there was a one move where he summoned like the 4 shadow clones, and I think either they all didn't have the Byakugan or they all didn't have the karma. I forgot which one.
Yeah, they didn't have the karma or the Byakugan.
Okay, so yeah, he summoned like 4 of those clones though, and that was the last time we seen him use shadow clones. Because when he fought Kawaki on the Hokage stance, he didn't really do clones. He just used the karma to absorb attacks.
And he even tells Mitsuki, when Mitsuki uses clones, sometimes more isn't better.
Yeah, he probably had a realization over the timescape where it's like, yeah, it's helpful and handy to do more things, but it's also handy if I just simply become stronger and faster.
Exactly. Plus, he can't really afford to lose that much chakra if we're still operating under the assumption that Momoshiki...
Well, I don't even think that's an issue. Now that he's Otsutsuki, I don't think that's an issue, because his whole thing, he's already constantly, well, prior to this new sword, he's already constantly running chakra through his through his blade to do the Hagoromo whenever he's fighting. It's just linked to like his focus, whether he lacks a focus in the moment or not. And then I'm pretty sure like the flying Raijin and space time ninjutsu both
take a lot of chakra.
Yeah, a lot of chakra. And
I just equate it to in Boruto's case, if he makes 4 shadow clones, he's only gonna have a fourth of his chakra.
Yeah.
Like he could have a ton of chakra, but it's still cut into a fourth. I feel like in Naruto's case, when he did cut his chakra, he still had 9 tails chakra amping him up to where that stamina, the increase in stamina and chakra was just different for Naruto battle wise, to where I feel like Boruto still has a stamina issue to where he's not consistently getting healed. He's not consistently getting more energy through Kurama, to where even if he has a ton of chakra, I feel like it's not as
once
useful.
Once he uses it, it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as useful as what Naruto had, to where even maintaining clones takes a ton of focus. And Naruto kind of got away with it with Kurama to an extent. So I feel like,
I mean, who knows? Utilizing karma might be like another way, because if he accesses this Momoshiki pool of power, that, because we've seen Momoshiki use shadow clones, and when he did 100%. It, the clone looked exactly like him with the karma and the horn. So maybe Boruto might feel more confident. He's like, oh, if he's karma'd up, because we already know how ridiculously strong he is in base. So
100%.
If he gets the karma boost amp and he's confident that, okay, no Momoshiki conflict right now, another shadow clone might not look bad in a situation.
And hell, Boruto could probably use a couple dozen shadow clones, but we know Ikemoto doesn't want to draw that.
Yeah,
we know Kishimoto. We know the real reason why they limit the shadow clones. We know the real reason. Like we can talk about chakra and stamina, but Ikemoto's
they don't want to. I mean, yeah, they don't want to draw that shit, but they made it work because like they started from day one. They made it where like, okay, he doesn't really like, his fighting style was versatile enough to where if they subtly stopped letting him use shadow clones, you see how people didn't really realize it off the bat. People just start questioning.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, wait, when was the last time you used shadow clones? It's like, because since before the Rasengan, he was doing the wind style Gale Palm, the Boruto stream, the water style water wave surge. So he been had.
It was just a tool. It wasn't a crutch like what Naruto was doing. And even Kishimoto's on record saying he regrets the shadow clone jutsu on day one because like he made 1,000 clones. Why the fans are gonna say why isn't he making a lot of clones again? So he kind of forced himself into a situation where
Ikimori
in
was
life
like,
or
yeah, I'm
death
killing
battles,
Naruto off early, bro. Ain't
yeah,
nothing.
like he kind of forced himself instead of making the number of clones progressively increase, he gave us 1,000 on day one. So now he has to give us a good amount in life or death battles because then someone's gonna say, "Oh, why didn't Naruto use a couple hundred shadow clones like what he did with Gaara?"
Literally, when Boruto does the shadow clone for Tento in the Mujina Bandit arc, Tento was like impressed, and then he's like, "Wait, but I heard your dad can make up to 1,000 clones." So it's like, yeah, bro, that's just the Naruto anomaly, man.
And then like we have day one Boruto having 3 clones, and then we see him move up to 4.
And I think that even that on its own is impressive because we have to understand, like in the academy, they train to do the regular clone jutsu, right?
Yes.
So the shadow clone was the forbidden one that Naruto learned in the scroll when he stole originally. Forbidden because of the way that it takes from your chakra and stuff, and it's impractical. Like if you try to do it for recon and stuff, imagine trying to do it in a boss battle. Like that's what Naruto is doing. So for someone like Boruto to act, because we have Kakashi, we have Sasuke, who knows how to make up to like 10 to 20 shadow clones. And they do not use shadow clones in battle because of how, like, yeah, that's very, like, it's not going to work out.
Yeah. Like even with Sasuke, he has a ton of chakra.
Yeah.
Just going off his statement about Kaguya's time-space dimensions taking a lot of chakra to enter and exit. And even then, it's a stamina issue. It's a maintaining issue. Naruto could circumvent that to an extent, at least in battle, with Kurama.
But I would say Boruto is able to an extent because he's able to use 4. Because if no other ninja are using this technique to fight, Naruto's the anomaly, and Boruto is able to just use it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's not any. We don't even see people just using like one shadow clone to fight, and we got 12-year-old, 9-year-old Boruto out here using 3 clones.
Kiba was flexing his one shadow clone in the war.
Oh yeah, Kiba was flexing his one clone. But Kiba got that whack ass transformation clone technique, way that weird shit. But
yeah, I feel like people forget to an extent that Naruto had like other than chakra, he had a lot of stamina, and he had healing, which I feel like they should go teach Himawari the shadow clone because she has the healing, she has the stamina, and she has the chakra now. So I feel like if anyone should become a frontline fighter like Naruto, it's Himawari because I feel like people are trying to make Boruto into Naruto when he's not. We can see essences of Naruto in Boruto. He's more like a combination of Sasuke and Boruto. It's both their greatest parts into one person. But at the end of the day, his master is Sasuke.
He's a combination of both of them and then their respective like role models and meaning to Hachi as well.
Now, if they want a Naruto, it's Himawari. If they want
but the thing about that though, because even with like Boruto and Himawari, like canonically, they both trained under like starting out before becoming ninjas. Like they both trained under Hinabi and Hiyashi. Like,
yes, and Hinata.
Compound. So it's like they have like the same basic formation. Like we could even see now, like still Boruto, if he's taijutsu, like he might attack with his palm open fist, like how Himawari fights. So like they're not trained to naturally go in there brawler thinking like, hey, I'm gonna summon like 5 of me right quick.
Which is funny.
It could work for Himawari. It would be help because
which is funny because that's what Kurama's trying to teach Himawari. He's telling her, stop thinking like a shinobi. Think like a brawler. Go fight. Go let loose. Be wild.
That's why, and low-key, well, now that you say that, Ryzen, I ain't gonna cap. That makes sense why Kurama never really had an issue with how Naruto fought. Because he's like, he fights like a beast, like a maniac anyway.
Yeah, because even Jiraiya tells him when he's learning the summoning jutsu, forget about finesse. You just have so much power, you can just keep fighting.
Just fight, bro. Like,
and he even and that's kind of what I'm getting when Kurama was training Himawari. He tells her that you're not a regular ninja. And he says, that ain't the way. You don't get it at all. Listen, don't rely on arm strength when throwing a punch, and don't kick using your leg strength. Your chakra, accomplish it all through chakra control. Better control than your average shinobi.
Don't wait for like a little opening to see if you
and then Himawari says
to just overwhelm that entire area with one strike. Just go for it.
Exactly, like kind of like what Naruto was doing when he activated his chakra mode. Like he was just going like a beast. And then Himawari says, I know that. I am a ninja, And says, nope, you don't understand a thing. You are no ordinary shinobi. In fact, you're even a little different from Jinchuriki, those who host Biju inside of them. So even even compared to Naruto, she's a bit different. So she's gonna have to fight more like an actual tailed beast, kind of like Jura, because she's the closest thing they have to Jura. And like I've said this before, Jura is a tailed beast who's becoming more human. Himori is a human who's becoming more like a tailed beast.
Mm-hmm.
So she has to fight like an animal now. She has to fight like a beast. She's not supposed to be finesse like Boruto. She's supposed to be that brawler who tries to overwhelm her opponent through absolute power, in my opinion. Similar to like what Naruto would do until he got lapped by Jigen, unfortunately.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't gonna lie though, Naruto the type to run his runs back, bro. He's gonna always get that.
I mean, he did get his run back. You know, he did tell Ishiki next time they see each other, it'll be him kicking.
That's going to Ishiki bit to the. I'm thinking about it like, what if Naruto were to fight Jira? Like, what would Jira do if he just saw like 500 Naruto? Like when Naruto did versus Jigen, when he summoned all those clones against Jigen, I wonder what Jira would just sit there and think like, this is like Mamushi's, isn't it?
Dude said this is an interesting technique. Yo, let me try to create this. Yo, you did the 2 hand signs. Yo, got 100 Mamushis now. Not Mamushis.
Yeah, that's just Naruto's go-to. I think it's like it's second nature. It's so second nature for Naruto that it becomes like it goes over the fans' head that like it's actually first of all, it's a rare jutsu. It's so rare that literally only Naruto uses it in battle, aside from Boruto for the time that he did use it in battle. And anybody else that uses like uses clones, not a rare one. Huh? Well, yeah, rare forbidden jutsu.
It's a forbidden jutsu.
Rare works because not a lot of people are gonna have that in their arsenal. So you could say it's a rarely seen.
Rare, even if they have it, they're not gonna.
A lot of people couldn't use it though, because like Kiba even used it and fainted.
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people can't have it. Well, Kiba's not shadow clone. His is a clone technique though. But a lot of people have shadow clones.
No, he performed the shadow clone.
Yeah, it's a shadow clone. So what he did, so you know how he fuses with Akamaru? He added the shadow clone to the fusion.
And then transform him into the double dog or double Kiba or shit like that.
Yeah, it's like the triple head.
No, it was the time in the anime where he was like trying to compete with Naruto and he summoned shadow clones and his ass passed out because he didn't have the chakra to do it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So people like what I was saying, like people like Sasuke and Kakashi who know how to do the jutsu, who can summon like probably over a dozen clones. They're not gonna fight with it because of its impracticality. And Naruto is the one who just fits the criteria to where like he can just do that. So Boruto was able to like live up to that for an extent because he's out here fighting with 4 clones, and it's like people don't do that, bro. Not even Kakashi's out here fighting with shadow clones because he knows like there's no point.
Yeah, and if he does fight with a clone, he'll use a lightning clone like he did with Sasuke.
And that's the other point. Yeah, he'll use a lightning clone, like how with Mitsuki and when he fought Boruto, he's using the sage snake clones and shit like that. So
I got a question for you guys. Mm-hmm. So, all right, Koji's when I was reading the chapter, he specified that a lot of times he does what he do so certain people can unlock certain abilities, like what he did when Yodo died, so Sarada can lock her ability. Who do you think is going to unlock? Who do you think that he has in his arsenal to unlock a new ability through some type of maybe trauma or whatever? Like how Enojin died and then Himawari was able to tap into the Tail Beast thing, etc. But who do you guys think will be the next person to unlock like an ability?
I feel like the only person who fits the case right now, ironically enough, is Sumire, because the power up Enojin and everyone else, it's not something they're gonna awaken through life or death. It's something they learn after, and he can just tell them what they learned. So Enojin, he invented a jutsu. Here's the jutsu. Right. And people like Himawari, it's not something she can learn. She has to like manifest it through emotional trauma. Same thing with Sarada. So you could go the route of giving Himawari more trauma to access more of Kurama's power. But the only other person who fits that bill is Sumire with Nue. If you push her enough to actually start using Nue. Because no one else, unless I'm wrong, in the village has like something. Oh, actually, no, I'm wrong. Delta's the only person after Sumire. Because Delta if she feels emotional trauma, she could activate her Shinjutsu.
Yeah.
But everyone else, they don't have a built-in genetic or otherwise hidden power other than Sumire and Delta right now. Because everyone else awakened their power. We could argue giving Himawari more trauma might do something, but if it's a new character, it would either have to be Delta or Sumire.
What do you think will be the trigger for Sumire?
Probably Boruto, to be honest. But I don't know. At this point, I've lost hope on seeing Nue. I hope we see Nue, but
I think they have to. He's in an anime.
Yeah, and the manga does reference him. It's just she hasn't wanted to use him. I don't know. I guess she doesn't feel like.
I think she's like experimenting or something, just like try to figure out how to use him. And then I think it was something like that. I can't remember the chapter.
And then with Delta, you just need trauma to Delta. I don't know. Go kill Ada or something. She likes Ada. Go kill her, and then get the Shinjutsu out of here.
Yeah, but guys, I'm getting a little tired. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, same. But it was a pleasure talking to you guys as always.
Always, man, always. And thank you guys for joining us on this Twitch stream right now. We should be affiliated after this stream, but I'll let y'all know. I'm gonna upload the full podcast on YouTube, like probably in the next hour or probably tomorrow morning or something like that. So if you want to rewatch, if you couldn't rewind, then yeah, check it out. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for everybody for joining us, and peace out.
Yes, sir, y'all. Peace out.
Hey, talk to you guys later.
Later.